Right, everyone, welcome to Brazilian 2023 Sprint Shootout. Although I've been informed that it's not actually the Brazilian Grand Prix, it's actually the Sao Paulo Grand Prix. That's two completely different things that I've unfortunately confused. I do apologise for that, my bad. Okay, so let's get this rocking and rolling. Bear with me. Sprint Shootout. The last sprint of the year. They should have done a sprint at Vegas. They should have done a sprint at Las Vegas. Why they haven't, I don't know. Where is Formula 1? Why do they deliberately hide Formula 1? I'm paying for it. It's impossible to find the live Formula 1 channel. Literally impossible. It's after the darts. Right, there we go. There we go, we're in the house. How are we doing? Stefan Moisek is with us today, graced us with their presence. Larby's in the house, Dimitrium, Chaya, Dear Overlord. I'm not the Overlord, I'm Overwatch, because I was playing Call of Duty. I was streaming Call of Duty last night. Thank you, Activision, for the code. Hashtag ad. Gifted. Welcome to Leo Z, Gareth Yates. Hello, more qualifying. Yes. Well, it's not qualifying, it's the sprint shootout. Tracy Woodbridge really can't enjoy the sprint. Let us know your reason. Oh, Adriano's here. Adriano's in town. Let us know, Tracy, why you can't enjoy it. Welcome, Lixfear. Welcome to Northando Nindambele. Denise, Keith, Vlak is in here. Christoph, it's sprint day, baby. Yes, indeed. Dutch Lion, Christoph, bring your A game on the commentary today. Okay, I'll have to bring the A game. I'll have to bring the A game. In fact, what time is the sprint? We should do that now. We should do our penalties. There were penalties yesterday as well. And big news when it comes to Las Vegas. T72, why won't the sprint shootout die already? T, stop trying to kill the sprint shootout. Stop it. Right, what time is the sprint today, UK time? Chat, what time is the sprint, UK time? Formula 1. How to follow. From 6 o'clock. No, 6:30. 6:30. Okay, we'll go live at 5:30. We'll go live an hour earlier because I just like hanging out here. I just like hanging out here. So I'm just going to go live at 5:30. Brazil GP. Sprint race. Watch along. Sprint race. At Interlagos, Sao Paulo. Bear with me, chat. I know I should do this earlier, but I'm just a busy guy. I've just uploaded the video. Has everyone seen the Las Vegas video that's just gone live? Has everyone seen it? Sprint. Nice, on an hour. What, is it raining? Look at the radar. Looks very close to yesterday. And I was assured that it would not rain today. So I don't know what's going on there. I don't know what's going on. You let me know, chat. You let me know. Right, that's going to go. We're going to be live at 5:30 for the sprint. Awesome. I'm like a professional now. Bear with me, chat. I'll be with you in a second. I'll be with you in a second. So, there we go. I was meant to go vertical this week. I was meant to do a vertical stream as well, but yeah, didn't happen, did it? We'll try it for the sprint race. We'll try it. Risky. Okay, we're good. It's Jack here. What time was the sprint quali on PAL UK time? We're going to be live 5:30 and it starts at 6:30. What penalties were there yesterday? Oh my goodness me. I've barely had time to breathe. I haven't even had my drink yet. But let's do it. Right, George Russell got one, I know. And the BBC article is just so long. Gasly and Ocon got a penalty. We saw that. They were in the pit lane very slow. Russell given a 2 praise. So Russell, Gasly and Ocon all got 2 placed grid drops. So that's going to promote Lando up to P6 and Carlos Sainz to P7. And Ocon on Gasly, that will promote Alex Albon and Magnussen up there as well. So we did see some penalties for impeding. We didn't see any given in Mexico, but we did see him given here. Super GT mentioned me. They said, what did he say? What's he been saying? What's he been saying? Let me know. Let me know what's he been saying. Cheers, Mush. Vina, Max said sprints are whack and he needed 1Q. What's 1Q? Yeah, so impeding penalties in... It was pit exit. There were some directives, I think. There were some directives on how you're not meant to stay to the middle or the right-hand side or something like that. But anyway. Dan, fail race for GTE. Yes, oh my goodness me. Well, the GTE's such a fun car to drive. So 3 years ago, I started driving GTEs in iRacing, and I just fell in love. No ABS. No ABS on the GTEs. I mean, no ABS on the GTEs. Imagine how fun that is to drive. And how much driver skill is involved then. And obviously Corvette, I mean, they bring that solitary C8R. They don't run 2 cars, they only run 1 car. And it just dominates. And it's such a good looking car as well. A car that I drove. So I did my first ever iRacing endurance race in the Corvette C8R GTE. And I binned it at Tetra Rouge in Le Mans on my outlap of one of my stints because the tyres were cold, and I lit it up and I went straight into the barrier right hand side. And I think I had to tow back to the pits. So, big memories for me. How is Max's history about the sprints? Pretty good. Isabel Paflug saying they implemented new pit lane exit rule. Yes, indeed. Drivers are to stay on the left, so fast drivers may overtake. And I think because Max had to go on the grass, we were thinking, look, is Max going to get a penalty because he's overtaken on the grass? But actually, we were kind of looking at it the wrong way around. The reality was that the FIA deemed he was forced to overtake on the grass because the other driver's not far enough on the left-hand side. Welcome, Cole Archer. He said a Kireth-style video. My guy's throwing shade at me. My guy's throwing shade. Steve, come on. Come on, Steve. And Tracy can't keep up with all new rules. Well, some of them are more directives. They're more well, not guidelines. They're directives. Has anyone actually read the FIA rulebook? I used to know the IRB rugby rulebook inside out, but that also changes a lot. It's all a learning curve. Yes, indeed. Formula's learning curve. And I think as we come to... This is the third last race of the season. So we got this race, we got Las Vegas, then we got Abu Dhabi. We need to think about what we want to do for the F1 watch-alongs next season. We've got to think about how we want to take it to the next level. You know, do we want co-commentators? Do we want to up the graphics here in some way? Oh, I've got a really good idea. Oh, I've got a really good idea. I need to write that down. Do we want a new... do we want to record this in a studio? Should I rent a studio on race weekends? Oh, it's going to be expensive. So we've got all these things to think about. But I think we should have a brainstorm. Maybe now. Maybe now. Vlak is a legend. Stefan, what's the most races won by a driver in the season? Whatever Max has won this season. Chai says you are source of knowledge. Well, do we want a stats person? Welcome Sim Salabim. Christoph would obviously a bigger timing sheet. It's pretty big. It's pretty big. Ruben says, when start the sprint? Well, it's a while till the sprint, mate. Barton Brundle.
Don't spend too much. But the thing is, we get with your support. Look how many members there are in the chat. With your support, that money comes into the channel. Like Google actually pay money into the channel. It's real money. So all through my YouTube, whatever you call it, career, I've reinvested everything. And this is the first time in YouTube where I actually have more money coming in than I've reinvested. So we need to think big. We need to think big, basically. We can do big things. It's very exciting. Dan says guests would be fun. Do we want to spin out a podcast? Do we want to spin out a podcast? Do we just want to syndicate this? So we're going out live now on also Spotify and TikTok and Facebook. Do we want to have someone who can just manage that? So they're responsible for making sure the streams are going out and they can help respond to comments. Atmospheric says Stroll did surprisingly good yesterday. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if it's going to rain as well. I mean, I've refreshed that overlay. Rain looks very similar to yesterday. I want to go. Where's Zoom US? No, it is. That is what it's like. It's exactly the same rain as yesterday. And you can see it's even heavier to the west. So given it's exactly the same, is it going to rain exactly the same? So there we are. We are earlier in the day today, aren't we? You know, what do we need to do to try and become the #1 F1 watch-along place? What do we need to do? Do we need to replace me? Am I the weak link? Welcome, Beef and Barley. Scott says you need a commentary bot setup. What do you mean, Scott? What do you mean? Welcome, Super Symmetry. Hello all. I finally caught a Ditto in Pokemon Go. That combined with 919 GT3 RS being a G7 plus the F1. What a bloody weekend. I think the Ditto there is the highlight. I mean, how you've caught a Ditto in Pokemon Go, I do not know, because I tried for ages and I never caught one. Welcome, Kate Uj. Kate Uj in the house. Alfira says buy a boat. Stream from a boat. We're on a boat. To make more F1 track videos, that requires us to go to tracks. By the way, chat, by pure coincidence, today, this morning, I'll get back to that point, Shire. This morning, I received out of the blue an offer to watch the F1 in Las Vegas for £250 a person a day, I think, from an apartment. That doesn't include accommodation. You can't sleep in the apartment, but basically a balcony to watch for £250 a day. That doesn't include accommodation. It doesn't include flights. Doesn't include food or drink, whatever. Just putting it out there. We just received that. Welcome, Lucy, in the house. Yeah, wasn't Stroll very good in Turkey in the wet? Am I misremembering? Wasn't Stroll very good in Turkey? Was that in the Williams? Yeah, consistency is the key. And like, I came up here with 2 minutes to go. I came up at 12:58 up here. I'm relaxed. It's all last minute. I'm not sitting here like thinking about some lines, thinking about an intro. It's as relaxed as you can be, and I think that comes across in the content. So the more structures you put around it, the less natural it will become. Like, imagine if I had to, and this may well happen, and I kind of actually hope it happens. Imagine I have to mention a sponsor every 15 minutes, let's say, because they're paying X amount of money. That means somewhere I need to have a timer, and I need to be aware, like, oh, in 3 minutes I've got to say something. And that all will take away from the naturalness. That's the reality of it. What we have right now is the most pure and natural watch-along you will ever get. Because we have a great setup here. We have the best chat. I'm super relaxed. I don't have to say or not say anything at all. I can say whatever I want. And that's why it's just magic right now. But we've got to think about how we're going to evolve. As KCR Sim says, always thinking to and wanting to reinvent oneself. Yes. How do we evolve? Atmosphere says interview driver. I think my driver interviews do not do that well, if we're honest. I've interviewed John Eric Verne. it didn't do that well. I've interviewed a number of the Formula E drivers and WE World Endurance Championship drivers, and the videos just haven't done well. To the extent that I actually created a separate motorsport channel, which I haven't really. I need to probably, that's something I need to spin out and get someone to help me with. Sim says, do it for the content. Sim says, take me. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? Scott says, glass panels. What do Las Vegas tickets cost? Extraordinarily expensive, I imagine. Also, what a lot of people won't know, I was in Las Vegas a couple of months ago. It's going to get very cold during the Grand Prix. You're going to have a lot of people there who are going to have grandstand tickets and will not be able to stay in the grandstands. If you're going up in the grandstands in shorts or a dress, I don't think that's going to work. As someone who has been a West Ham season ticket holder and been at the London Stadium on like December the 26th, like -1 conditions, I'm wrapped up. Try if they can do flight accommodation 250 low offer. Well, no, I'd have to arrange flight accommodation and camera persons and whatnot. Tracy says no commentators. Chai, the naturalness, so to speak, is what I personally want. Christoph says be free and independent, follow your own passion. We could do that, but we will do that, I should say. But I do think we do need to be very conscious about evolving. This layout here, fundamentally, has not evolved for the last, materially, for the last 10 races. But it's one of these things, as a creator, we always assume people want to see more By the way, hit the like button, everyone. Let's get up to 100 likes if we can. We assume that you, viewers, want to see more glossy stuff. And oh, by the way, welcome along.
Welcome to the Kireth Car channel.
T says guest commentator for live banter. Leo Z's watching the 8 hours of Bahrain. It's the finale of the World Endurance Championship season. I was there at the beginning at Spa when the World Endurance Championship invited me down, which was awesome. That was when I was full-time. Larby says, don't be a playable B, stay free. B from Bali, you have a great chat. So think about other commentators, and I've spoken with brands, and I've spoken with championships. Why am I now, like, illuminated? I've spoken with brands. Is this the time? Am I being ascended? I've spoken with other brands and championships, and they always say, like, oh, you know, do you want other commentators and everything? And I always say, I think there's a 5% chance it works amazingly. There's a 95% chance it's just worse. So that's what I say to them. You need to have that and even if there's people I know who are very passionate and knowledgeable about F1, who I'm very good friends with, but I just don't think the experience would be better. That's what I think. Morrissey, can you talk about the F1 Sprint Quali? Well, it's coming up. Why am I so bright now? Chat, why am I so bright? What's going on? Isabel Paflug says Las Vegas are cheapest, two grand. Well, thing is, I'm not going to go sit in a grandstand and watch the Grand Prix, because if I'm going to go, I want to do a watch along. So that's why having an apartment makes a lot of sense. You've got a plug, you can bring monitors and everything. So, and what other Grand Prix can you do that? Really, Abu Dhabi, if you stayed in a hotel overlooking the track. Monaco, which is crazy expensive. Singapore. So if I was, let's say I was going to approach Formula One with a serious concept and saying, look, hey, let's work together and do a series of watch-alongs. We have a great audience on YouTube. It's a new audience for you, and it just brings a lot of people, you know, into F1 and getting into F1 and learning about F1, and it's a great entry point. And these people might, in the future, actually want to go to races or whatever. So if I proposed it, I could propose it in the city tracks and say, all I need is to have a vantage point overlooking the track with electricity and internet, stuff like that. What time the start? Gunpla says, perfect timing, Gunpla. Perfect timing for our 40-minute timer. Why is that 30? Why was that 30? That's that one. That's that one. Good. Woo! Our 40-minute timer, everyone. Where do we put it? Let's put it there. 40-minute. Yeah, I got a 40-minute warning. We know how we roll, chat. We know how we roll. Atmosphere for normal working people like us, Las Vegas is stupidly expensive. If anyone's seen my Las Vegas video that I uploaded now, how's it doing? 10 out of 10. It's my worst video in the last 10. So out of the last 10 videos I've uploaded, this has got the lowest amount of views. Yes, nailed it, smashed it. Can we get a round of applause for that? The worst video in the last 10. But if you were one of the 3 people that's watched it, you'll see that I explain that Las Vegas is just very expensive. Nailed it. Christoph, the only thing I would change is current setup is remove the game footage and fill the gap with the timing sheet. No, the game footage is what makes us us. That's our unique factor that got us in trouble. Big trouble, and I had to get ourselves out of trouble. Do you remember? This year, I've been sued by an F1 esports driver, F1 Red Bull esports driver, completely unfoundedly and arguably in bad faith. Right? I'm not saying anything definitively, but arguably in bad, people could say. And we got in trouble with F1 that I had to sort out with F1 directly. Like, that was speaking with some big dogs at F1. I made it sound there was a big list, but it's mainly those 2 things. Morrissey, who are you rooting for? I think Carlos Sainz. I'd like to see a big Carlos Sainz run here, but maybe also the Astons. Maybe a good run for the Astons. Yeah, Lucy's correct. Russell, Ocon and Gasly have grid penalties. Vlatka says the sun is shining, the weather is sweet. Is that in Brazil? Welcome Craig loves Metallica. Offbeat, what's up? Much love from Germany. Gunpla, can you play F1 2023 while waiting? No, because I don't have it. Actually, I do have it, but it's not on this computer. But also, no. Even if I did have it, I wouldn't. Gareth says tickets from €1,862 for the 3 days, Thursday to Saturday. Well, that's 3 days. You don't even see the race. Dr. Chocolate. Yeah, I don't think he's a doctor of law. Put it like that. But we fought it off, chat. We fought it off. We stood our ground. On everything we've done this year, we stood our ground. Which is good. Good to have our timer. 37 minutes. By the way, Sky haven't even started their coverage. We're here before Sky. Welcome to Game Tech UK afternoon. Kireth, how are you? Hey, everyone. I think everyone's doing okay. Offbeat's hoping for a Lando P1. Well, today's all about the sprint. Today's all about the sprint, so we'll see. We're obviously getting to the end of the season where teams and drivers might be running low on their allocated parts for the season. So you might have some drivers who don't want to sort of stress out their parts too much. Scott's saying, get some information for Scott. Scott Stanford, wind may bring light rain in the next hour. Okay, we will see. Mia didn't get a notification. Mia, I didn't get a notification. Hang on a second. Hang on. Did notifications go out? Notifications went out. So if you didn't get a notification for that video, right now, under this stream, there is a bell icon. Tap that bell icon or click it, or if you're on TV, then God help you. And go down to the drop down and do all... I want to be notified for absolutely everything this man does. I think that's the wording. Make sure you do that. Because I just did a video about... It's the honest truth about the Las Vegas Grand Prix. And it's the worst video in my last 10. It's the worst video in my last 10. It's bringing down the channel. It's gonna that video might bring down the whole channel. The channel's been doing so well. Maybe it's my thumbnail. The edit is sick though. I didn't do the edit. Chai, would it be possible to get an offer like Las Vegas close to home? The thing is, right, F1 is all about connections. It's all about connections. You gotta be in with the right people. So if you got the connections, it's very easy. But frankly, we are not connected. I'm I'm just on my own. I don't have a, you know, any say. And I'm not sure, well, it's easy to say you don't want to. The reality is that we do want to go and do these cool experiences and share them. Leo, you read chat light years on... Leo, do you know what a light year is? Do you know how long a light year is? Get out of here with the fake science. Gareth says, oh, you're right. Race day is Saturday. Oh, sorry. My bad, Gareth. My bad. You are right. Race day in Vegas is going to be on the Saturday because it's at midnight. They're going to regret doing it at midnight. Everyone's going to be drunk as well. It's like in football. When you have a football match in the UK, it's illegal to have a derby football match. That means it's illegal to have. This is true. It's in the UK where I live. It's illegal for two football teams in the same city to play each other before 5 p.m. or 3 p.m. or 5 p.m. Like, they cannot play each other at midday. No, wait, it's the other way around. Hang on, no, what is it? No, it's the other way around. It's illegal in the UK for two football teams in the same city to play each other, like, after 5 p.m. After 5 p.m. Because that's too much time and everyone will be drunk and the whole country will just end up in flames. So you have to... Those matches have to be earlier in the day. They have to be... Legally, they have to be earlier in the day. Because people... The assumption is people just physically will not have enough time to get drunk enough to destroy the country. So Las Vegas have taken the opposite approach. AMS says, let's go Lewis Hamilton time. Thanks Morrissey, Hunter's better than Sky. CS, why would you upload a video about Las Vegas now and not wait for next week that's actually trending all over the social platform? CS, I think, do you want to come on board as a strategy advisor for the Kireth YouTube channel? Because I didn't think about that at all. I just thought it'd be cool. I was like, let's just upload it today. Let's upload it today just before the Brazilian Grand Prix. That will be peak. That's when people really want the Las Vegas F1 content. You saying I got my timing wrong there? Maybe it's a timing issue. Isabel Plug got notification. Very good. Atmospheric says Abu Dhabi is most likely going to be cancelled due to unrest in the Middle East. I reached out to the Abu Dhabi track directly. I reached out directly and they confirmed to me that it's nonsense. So, primary source on record, you can check my Twitter. They've said that's absolute nonsense. Chai says Las Vegas never sleeps. Offbeat, you need to feed the algorithm. Yeah, we're aiming high this weekend, chat. And at the moment, I've got to be honest, at the moment, we're very low on the like front. We've got 56 likes. I'm going to be super real about this. There's another stream out there, chat. There's another stream doing a watch-along right now. There's no... You know, he's a nice guy. We talk, actually, about stuff. So, nice guy. There's no... It's no camera on the stream. It's pretty much the same layout, chat. And they've got 500 people watching and 134 likes, chat. We're getting battered here. I'm here just getting absolutely... I'm getting destroyed by my competitor. So chat, please, let's get those likes up. The likes are in our control. This is why we need to evolve. We need to improve. That's a healthy competition. We need to think about how do we improve the content, and then everyone else who's doing these will look around and they'll come up with something, and then that whole competition means that the experience for you generally should become better because we're all trying to, you know, improve. Yeah, my guy, Racing Sister, he's actually quite a cool guy. He's quite a cool guy. We spoke and have been speaking. Alfarius, in Australia, it's the other way around. You want the night games so people aren't day drinking and starting fight before the extra police are on duty. Okay, Australia goes the other way. CS, timing is a key element on YouTube format in order to be trending. I don't think I've ever been trending. I don't think I've ever trended. Although we may for the Singapore Grand Prix, we may have trended. We may have trended. I'm always hiring. I'm always hiring. I'm always up for trying stuff out. Kate Uji says yes, we have US We have US and we have us. We have us, everyone. 69 likes. Beef and Bide says, Grid Girls. You want to add Grid Girls to the stream? That's very anachronistic. That I'm not sure that's going to fly. What do we think, chat? Cole says, get the lights up, chat. Chat, put your lights in the air. Matt Wilson has only just gone and liked and subscribed. Matt Wilson has done the double. Very nice. Have I got a TikTok account? Have I got a TikTok account? Yesterday, I was streaming Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 campaign on TikTok because Activision asked me to, and I said, okay, why not? They didn't pay me or anything, but they did give me a code. So I've been playing the campaign. Chaya, I sometimes like to listen along, and I felt they're not always up consistent talking. Everyone's got their own different vibe. I think our vibe is we're very much community based. Like everything we do on the channel, it's all about the community, and I would love to take it to the next level. But something we could potentially do, I don't know, but like something we could potentially do, if there are people in the community that have an apartment in Singapore, say, that looks over the track, could we work with them to stream from Singapore and do the watch along? You know, it saves costs and everything, and it's a nice community thing. Likewise, is there anyone watching who has an apartment in Monaco? Stuff like that. It sounds crazy. But, you know, stuff like that. Isabel Paflug, allegedly a lot of the Ferrari mechanics are sick, so prepare for a bad race. Do you mean sick like good? Or do you mean sick like ill? And do you mean ill like poorly? Luke says grid guys. Okay, we'll get the grid guys. We'll get grid guys in the background. Kathleen Robertson says hello from Kathleen in Blackpool. Welcome to Kathleen. Kati Uji says hi. Oh, but you can't make more positive energy, more energy. More action, more energy. No, like ill. Oh no. Okay, well we'll see what happens there. Martin Brundle, MB, is in Brazil. He's starting to look old. For a man that was racing in 1996, he's starting to look... He looks old. I'm just going to be honest. Martin Brundle looks old. What Naomi Schiff is wearing, I do not know. I'll have to describe it. It's double denim for a start. So, and then her jeans. She's wearing denim jeans. That, how do I explain this? She's wearing denim jeans where the pockets are the wrong way around. So I think the exterior of the pocket is on the outside of her jeans, and I presume the entry to the pocket is on the inside of her jeans. So... style over function maybe there. Dem says, greetings from a native Brazilian. How are you doing, man? Doing very well. Doing very well today. We're here for the sprint shootout. I'm excited to see whether we're going to get any basic cars out of position for the sprint, basically. It's going to be the same format as yesterday, but a little bit accelerated. Isabel says not on track. So does that mean that have Ferrari been calling up mechanics from local dealerships in Sao Paulo? Is that how it's... have they gone to the Fiat dealership? Sia says, I got a nice villa next to the beach at Ayia Napa, Cyprus. Welcome to join me a drink, bruh. Well, when the Ayia Napa GP gets announced, we will be there. Lucy loves Martin Brundle. Isabel Paflug, do you see Piastri and Alonso exchanging helmets? The man who was signed up with Alpine. Yellow flags. Well, was he signed up? Was he not signed up? Well, that was the issue, wasn't it? If you remember. It was all very dramatic down there at Alpine. Right, chat, what are we thinking there for sprint? What are we thinking for sprint? I mean, it was a very interesting qualifying session yesterday. I think marked by just how close it was, and you can see that the track conditions changed significantly. Climactic change of conditions as the FIA notified, because there's a lot of drivers who went out in Q1 who actually would have started on pole. If you have a look at the timings there. Ferrari needs a forklifted cars more than ever. Isabel Plug, no, I believe they just always have some substitutes with them, just not the usual crew, might get chaotic. Okay, Isabel Paflug giving us the update there. Scott Stanford, how have you only just subscribed? I'm my man. Welcome Brian as well, Brian the human. Matt Wilson says Martin Brundle already looked old when he was racing. He just grew into his look. It looks like he feels old now. It looks like I'm starting to understand why he doesn't go to every race, if that makes sense. Ferrari illegal engine. That's where it all changed for Ferrari, wasn't it? I mean, officially it wasn't an illegal engine, but unofficially. The streets will never forget. It was so dark yesterday. Has everyone seen the pictures from yesterday now? Scott Stanford, my twin. There's Tang. Whoa! Hang on. We've got topless Scott Stanford. Where's other Scott Stanford? Where's other Scott? And we've got the member Scott. Oh, whoa, whoa! Hang on a second. We've got topless Scott and we've got member Scott. Chat, we've got 2 Scott Stanfords in the building. Younger in Barcelona. Chat, it's Scott v Scott. It's Scott v Scott. Look at this. Gareth 8, so they have to go with the yesterday setup. They have to go with the yesterday setup. And there was also a bit of drama yesterday because I don't think teams are allowed to close their garage doors in part fairway conditions because they could tinker on the cars. But they were actually instructed to close their doors because I think the FA was worried about damage and water running into the garages. So there was a lot of directives and suspension of usual rules. I've never seen Interlagos turn the track lights on. There were track lights on the home straight, weren't there? Beef and Barley says, seeing double. Which one did I tag? This is the thing. Okay, do we have both Scots in the chat? Each Scott Stanford, can you let us know your most interesting fact about yourself? Your most interesting fact. You can both type at the same time. Let's just see. Both Scott Stanfords. Right, Scott Stanford says yes. That's not a fact, Scott Stanford. That's a exhortation. What are you drinking, Jack? I don't actually know what's in this, but there's something. There's something. I can't remember if there was any ice. Was there ice in this at the beginning? I'm out of ice. Yeah, it was literally nighttime, but I was amazed at how late it started. Isabel Plug, a grandstand. Yes, by the way, there were images on Twitter about a grandstand basically getting blown over. Did I see? Where the conditions were incredibly dangerous. Yes, indeed. I mean, some people were trying to whip up a storm, if you excuse the pun, about saying, oh, the FIA should have cancelled this. There's people just looking for impressions. Welcome to JS. Simpson might be spam juice, right? Scott says my personality. I see what you did there, Scott. Scott, I see what you did there. Scott Stanford says my uniqueness. Okay. Right. Right. Chat, we need to vote. Welcome, Carl Torres. We need to vote. Chat, so we've got member Scott and we've got topless Scott. Let us know in the chat which of the Scots you think has the better fact about themselves. Is it is it member Scott's personality or is it topless Scott's uniqueness? Let us know. Who are we liking? I'm interested to see. I have no idea. Right, Super Symmetry is going member Scott. Fafnir, they can interview one, let them fight. Let them fight. Dempsey, you got to choose member Scott or topless Scott. Otherwise, we don't know. We don't know. So at the moment, we've got one vote for member Scott. Isabel Flug says topless Scott. I respect someone with a topless photo on YouTube. Okay, so we've got one vote each. Isabel Flug going topless. Super Sims going member. Craig topless. CS topless. Guys, you got to designate which Scott. Chat, stop just saying Scott. Oh no, I'm gonna sneeze. Oh no.
happened. Chat, stop just saying Scott. You gotta choose a Scott. Kyle, Kate, Catty, Beef and Barley. Atmosphere, give Scott a proper race car, let's race. Topless Scott is claiming victory now. I'm gonna sneeze again. Topless Scott is claiming victory. Member Scott, what do we think about that? What do we think about that? Dimitrian is going member. Only 20 minutes ago, by the way. Dimitrian is going member. Baz say member Scott. He's committed to the stream with his membership. LAB says old one Scott. Lucy says uniqueness. Tops for the win. Beef and Barley going member Scott. Vlatka going member Scott. Dempsey, I go member Scott. Wow, hang on a second. I think it's swinging back. Kate going member Scott. I think it's swinging back to member Scott. I think we need a round 2. We need a round 2, everyone. We need a round 2. Okay, I need to ask a question. What question do we ask to the Scots? Okay, I got a question. So both Scots, assume both Scots are in the chat. Okay, both Scots. Can you let us know? You're taking someone on a date. Doesn't matter who they are. Doesn't matter, details. You're taking someone on a date. What are you doing? Where are you taking them? Where are you going to take that person on a date? Both Scots, if you can let us know. So where are you taking someone on a date? Let's see. I'm interested to know. Super simply, which Scot would you want as a race engineer? Kay says don't put too much pressure on the Scots. Kathleen's coming in for member Scott. So let's see. Where are they taking their person on a date? Kat says good question. Cheat says McDonald's. Scott says to the box lane. What does that mean? Baz says local kebab shop. Baz. Flack says, are we talking about first date? I think it's just any, maybe, okay, yes, for the sake of argument. But member Scott has said to the box lanes, okay, hang on, wait. Okay, so topless Scott has said go for a nice meal. Member Scott, can you clarify what that means? Before people vote, can you clarify what that means? What does box lane mean? Because I don't know. Unless it's a really trendy, go live from box. Go live from box. Okay, chat, well, you've got the answers. If you can vote now, please. If you can vote now, please, chat. If you can vote now. You can vote for member Scott or topless Scott. I'll be honest, I don't really understand what member Scott has said at track. Do you mean pit lane? So member Scott is promising that with that membership access to the pits. Lucy saying member Scott. Super Symmetry now votes non-member Scott as his replies are slightly unhinged. Kathleen's going member Scott, so Kathleen's been impressed. Sam says, I think he means the pits. Yeah, I think he's saying the pit lane. Okay, pit lane. Okay, member Scott has said pit lane, and topless Scott has said a nice meal. Okay, so if you can vote now, please. Dimitrian says member. Dem says member Scott. Isabel's actually asking physically for a date. So maybe we've got our first stream date. Kate, I passed. I'm actually married, so I wouldn't go to date with Scott. So Kate just ruled herself out. You can still vote, though. Craig says topless Scott. Isabel prefer going member Scott. Baz saying member Scott with that box lane access. Sam saying member Scott. Ooh. I think Member Scott is winning this one. Welcome, Size X. Martin getting top of Scott, though. Okay. I mean, it was to a pit lane or a nice meal. And... Black says Member Scott nailed it. Has anyone actually... Who's voted topless? Who's taking a nice meal over pit lane access? Like... Dempsey, if only non-member says to know this restaurant. Labby says topless. Okay. Because I feel like topless Scott won first round, and I feel like Member Scott's won this round, I think we decide it. We decide it on the third round. So this is the decider. Deciding round, everyone. Deciding round. So best of 3. Okay? Best of 3. So what is the final question? What is the final question? What's the final question, everyone? To decide who is the best Scott Stanford. We've got 2 Scots. What are the chances? What is a tiebreaker? I need to think of a question now. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Is it raining? Oh, it's raining heavily. So both Scott Stanfords. Both Scott Stanfords in the chat. Member Scott and Topless Scott. You're tied 1-1 at the moment. This is the tiebreaker. Can you let us know in the chat your best chat up line, but you have to keep it clean. You have to keep it clean. Has to be clean. But your best chat up line, and this is going to be the decider. The chat will vote. The chat will vote. Charlie says Food is live. Charles, if I were you, mate, I'm taking my date to Las Vegas to watch F1. I guarantee your date wants to marry you after. You get married in Las Vegas. There we go. Right, let's. Keep it above the belt, please. Both Scots. Mods are going to be watching very closely. Mods have got their fingers on the button, I can assure you. Super Sim says, come on, non-member Scott, sweep them on feet. Kathleen says this should be good. It's big pressure now on the Scots. It's big pressure. They weren't expecting when they came to the stream. They were not expecting it. By the way, 3 likes away from 100. Come on, everyone. Come on, everyone. Ah, I see they're using the Formula Addict stuff, it appears, on Sky Sports. Wonder who's behind Formula Addict. I reckon it's a huge company. I reckon it's actually like Google. They're typing. People are typing. People are typing. Choke VR2 liked it. Awesome, my guy. I see. We're up to 98. We're up to 98. I think maybe people are just waiting for the comments coming through. Scott Stanford says, I must say, you do look very attractive in ute dress and love your hair. I must say you do look very attractive in ute dress and love your hair. Okay. It's a very respectful chat up line, isn't it? I must say, you do look very attractive in ute dress and love your hair. So Topless Scott is coming. Don't vote yet because we need to hear from Member Scott. We need to hear from Member Scott. So Member Scott, let us know your line. Suited, your like shop is 89k. Screenshot that and send it to me because we'll send it to Formula One. Kate says after this stream, Scott Stanford will be legend at MBR. We did a Scott Stanford emoji. We'll just take the winning profile picture and add it as an emoji. But we are waiting for Member Scott. I mean, Member Scott, there's 11 minutes to go to Shootout, so we do need to sort of decide here, and we will need to move on. So, but if you can let us know, Member Scott. Vlack has said both of them are thinking too long. Both of them. I mean, Topless Scott might win this by default if Member Scott is just taking too long. Member Scott, where are you? Where is Member Scott? Here we go, Member Scott. Member Scott, does that driver suit fit you well and trying the helmet? Right, well, we got our 2 lines there, so please feel free to vote. This is the tiebreaker. Who is the best Scott Stanford on YouTube? It's I mean, that's word for Kathleen Robinson. It's worked for Lucy as well. Is it because I see what Scott Stanford, Member Scott's doing here? Member Scott has taken you to the F1. Not only has he taken you on a date in the pit lane, he's now getting you into a driver's suit, and it looks like you're going to go in the car. Nice one, Super Symmetry. We'll circulate that one. So chat, get your votes in, please. Welcome, Clack-D. Dempsey says topless Scott. Kathy says damn right. Isabel Plug going member Scott. Okay, let's get some more votes in. Dimipian going member. Wow, I think member Scott is going to bring this one back. I think member Scott is going to, at this rate, is going to win it back. Well, Vlad says, if someone told me to put the helmet on, I'd be honestly offended. Going racing on a first date. Labby says, member Scott for king. Chat, has anyone voted anyone else other than member Scott? Has anyone voted for topless Scott here? Victoria's got member Scott. Sam Lean's got member Scott. Baz is still waiting. Beef and Barley, member Scott has been serious. I say for me, member Scott is being a bit too mysterious, but, you know, interesting to see where people are at. I think, unless we get a sea change of votes for topless Scott, I think member Scott is going to win this one. Scott Simon says safety in a car is key. All about the health and safety. Well, I have to say, I think member Scott has brought this one back. It can't be. No, it's not. It's not a tie. It's not a tie. Okay, I mean, well, Vlak has changed it to topless Scott. Here we go. Is this the change? Is this the change, everyone? Let's see. Kathleen says, member Scott, what a man. What a guy. What a guy. Well, I think we're going to have to wrap this one up then. So, in the Battle of the Scott Stanfords, because only 9 minutes to go till sprint shootout. In the Battle of the Scott Stanford, this is why we don't hit the numbers that the other streams do. This is why. We go off track too much. Baz has gone topless Scott, but I think it's too late. I think that is a dominating win there for member Scott, who is going to win the Battle of the Scott Stanford. It's a very good battle. Hopefully you can both shake hands. You've both gained some new fans there. Some of the answers, I'll be honest, I didn't really understand, but I'm not the decider here. I just asked the questions. There we go. Well, congratulations, everyone. Congratulations. Yeah, we're having too much fun. The thing is, new people will come in here and be like, what is this? And they'll just leave. So, we're having too much. We are having too much fun. Is the truth of the matter. There we go. There we go. Congratulations. Yeah, feel free to clap. Scott says, Bobby time, chin chin everyone. Scott Sanford is going upstairs. Dempsey says the world showed topless Scott that being romantic doesn't always play out. Kathy, now let's get back to the F1. Okay, everyone, let's get back to the F1 here. So it is sunny skies at Sao Paulo. The Brazilian fans going mad in the grandstands. Lando Norris getting ready to go in. Oh, someone's crashed. And in fact, let me just actually restart this session. Why don't I restart this session? Bear with me. Oh. Can you hear that? Can you hear the rain? I'll tell you, it's raining in England right now. Right, bear with me. Let me just get this ready to change a gearbox or something. Lewis, please reject me so I can move on. Someone's put in the grandstand there.
The carnival atmosphere.
Getting straight to the point. Looking for that closure. Now, bear with me. Just need to, I guess, do that. And also that. Nice. Awesome. Good to go. Chode VR loves Interlagos. Very nice. There are just 5 minutes to go, everyone. 5 minutes to go. Sam here's the rain. Kate is racing in Hillen too. Great day for racing. Well, it's going to be a condensed day racing because we've got the sprint shootout, aka sprint qualifying, and then we've got the sprint race itself in just a couple of hours' time. So that's how they do it
in the sprint weekends in Formula 1. And we'll have to see because, well, if let's say Max Verstappen was to really mess this up and start near the back, that would be very exciting to watch later in the sprint race. I think the worst thing would be that if everyone just qualifies in exact pace order. Deb says Hamilton sprint masterclass incoming. Well, what does that mean that you start on pole? Is anyone going to topple Max Verstappen for pole position as well? And does anyone know what the forecast is for rain later on? Because there's a lot of rain in the vicinity of Sao Paulo. Choke says sunny morning in the USA. Scott, the sprint shootout follows the same elimination format as Grand Prix qualifying, but has shorter sessions. Yes, exactly. That is exactly how it works, everyone. You are indeed correct. So, bear with me a second. Bear with me a second. Nice, 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 nice. Okay, Black says here it's a great but cold sunny afternoon. Well, I'll let you know what the track temp is as soon as I see it. Priya's hoping for a Lewis miracle. Well, he's looking very quick right now. He's going for second place. I'd say Lewis Hamilton is probably the driver with the most to gain here, because he really wants to get those points to overtake Sergio Perez in the championship, and he's running out of races and he lost out on a lot of the points he was going to get in Austin. Noah Gunnell says good morning from Mexico. Welcome to Noah Gunnell from Mexico. Chat, let's do a nation chat. Let's do a nation chat with 3 minutes to go. So if you can let me know where in the world are we watching from, of the 200 people watching, where are people watching from? Let us know. I'm excited to see. There we go. The nation check has started. Member Scott saying 12 minutes for the first. Yeah, it's a bit of a bridge, isn't it? Isabel Flug, Germany, Nice. Catherine, UK. Vlatka, Croatia. China, Netherlands. Victoria, Germany. Craig from Croatia. Gareth Yates in England. Sam from Switzerland. Dimipian Grace. Alan Moss from Luz. Krista from New York. Catty, Netherlands. Luis, Indonesia, bro. Priya, India. Amber, Belgium. Dutchland. And so many members in the chat today. Noah Gunnell, as we know, from Mexico. Natasha, Netherlands. Beef, US of something. Neville Van from the UK. Okay. A little spark of a nation check there. A little spark of a nation check. We'll do a few more in the weekend. Evidiki from Cyprus and Spleen from Netherlands as well. We'll do a few more in the weekend and see if we really get that fire burning. Evo from Australia. Gary Lee, 5 miles east of the Roval. Very nice. Stephen Burkle from Pennsylvania. So Pennsylvania in the house, US in the house. Very nice. Gary says hi, boss. Welcome to Gary in the chat. So we are just 2 minutes away. Oh, mandatory tyres. Mandatory tyres. We're going to go medium, soft, everyone. It's a mandatory tyre session. So are there going to be any drivers that are going to struggle to switch on the mediums? We saw how close it was yesterday. Dempsey from Sao Paulo, Kate from UK, Aaron, Paul Spikerman from Netherlands, Lucy from Britain, Dan Mays from Virginia. It's still coming through. Clack D from outer space. Okay, a lot of the drivers in their cars. Lance Stroll might have more of an eye on the race tomorrow. So let's see. He won't want to get any damage in his car. George Russell is getting ready. He's got a 2-place grid penalty on Sunday. Maybe that's going to push him to do better here in the sprint shootout. Evo saying Piastri on pole. Okay, well, let us know who you think's going to get onto pole and such like. England flag gets changed to black. I don't know what's happened there. I do not know what's happened there at all. Okay. Technically, we're all in outer space. We're not in outer space. That's not the definition of outer space. Clack D from Cleveland, Ohio. Oh. What's happened to our member? What's happened to our member thing? It's just broken. It's just broken. Oh, it's back. It's back. Too many members. Too many issues. Right. Craig, Ricardo on pole. Well, our perspective is we're in Kireth space. Yes, indeed. Right. The countdown's going to stop. And we are underway, everyone. The session is open. The session is open. Evo's already got the flags out there for the Tifosi. Here we go. Sprint shootout is underway. And remember, because it is shortened sessions for Q1, Q2, Q3, we see different strategies with the cars. And unusually, the time has started and no one has come out yet. Are they Red Bull are on the move? Red Bull on the move. Max Verstappen is going to be the first driver out on track. And Sergio Perez follows him. So Verstappen and Perez deciding to get their laps in early here on the medium tyres. Welcome Cooper out. Chris saying, let's go Lando. Super Symmetry, let's go lad. Let's have an unpredictable session. Ash is saying Lando for pole, I pray. Victoria Borikov, I think it's going to be Verstappen, Leclerc, Hamilton. Fuoco wants Leclerc on top. Yeah, come on now. It's the sprint shootout now that we've all been waiting for. So, it is the Red Bulls out on track right now. And Verstappen is about to start his first flying lap, as will Sergio Perez. Welcome to Ursatu. Am I planning a special event for 69.420? I don't know. I don't know. Right, so there goes Verstappen. So we saw low 1 minute 10s at the peak of qualifying yesterday, but then as the track conditions changed, we went down into 1 minute 11s again. Where are we going to be here? How are the Alpines going to do? Obviously part of firmware conditions, but will the drivers have a bit more understanding of how to drive their cars and where the limitations are? Kathleen Robinson says, come on Max, Noah Gunnell, let's go Lando, Baz from Gloucestershire. Gary Dan, technically be just space. Okay. Clatty says, 400 people in chat, let's smash the like button. Listen, indeed, let's try and go above 300 today. That'll be a really, really good result for us. Leo Z, your TV is very slow. That's why you want to be here, my friend. Super Symmetry, anyone else in the Sky feed audio is weird? Can only hear the commentators, can't hear the cars? Because we took all the car audio. We're now exclusive. We have exclusively the car audio you can hear. Will we go sub 1 minute 10? We're about to find out, because here comes Max Verstappen around Junkow. So, where is it going to be? 18.6. I don't think it's particularly fast. I feel like we had 18.3s yesterday. I feel like the middle sector's not too bad, but yeah, 11.8. Remember, we're on the medium tyre. We're on the medium tyre, everyone. So can Sergio Perez go faster? No, he can't. In fact, he's 4/10 slower. So, okay. What about Charles Leclerc and Ocon? No, it's going to be Ocon, and then it's going to be Charles Leclerc setting the next lap time. So, sorry, pardon me, it's Alex Albon's in there as well. So here comes Esteban Ocon in the Alpine. Will he go faster? No, 12.3. Much slower times on the mediums. What about Alex Albon? Look very quick in sector 1 usually. Here comes Albon. Oh, only a 12.5. I think some drivers might be struggling to switch on the medium tyres here. Charles Leclerc is going to go... Oh, P2. But Carlos Sainz is a man on the move right now. Carlos Sainz is a man on the move. And Lewis Hamilton goes 3/10 quicker in sector 2 alone. So keep an eye on Carlos Sainz. Carlos Sainz could go fastest. Yes, he does. 11.7 for Sainz. But what about Lewis Hamilton? He could go even faster. Hamilton! Oh, just in provisional second here in the first part of qualifying. George Russell also about to go over the line. George Russell is 11.9. So the first 4 drivers separated by almost exactly 0.2 of a second is essentially nothing. Here comes Oscar Piastri, but he's about to start his lap. Logan Sargent will be finishing his. Logan Sargent, oh, it's a 12.8 there. 0.3 slower than Alex Albon. Lance Stroll is going to start his lap, as is Fernando Alonso. So it's going to be a little while now to see a driver complete a lap. But there we go. The first run's coming in. Smooth operator. Yes, indeed. And in fact, 0.3 quicker than his teammate Charles Leclerc. So Carlos Sainz, the man who you asked me earlier when I tipped to hopefully have a good weekend. I hope you have a good day today, because he didn't do so well in qualifying yesterday. Has stuck it fastest in Q1. As you see some of the Ferrari fans in the grandstands. Jumping around.
Yeah, if you got the Ferrari emojis, why did the board show soft tyres? I'm not sure why it's showing that, but they are, I can confirm, they are mediums. They're mediums. Gary says, smash the like button. Yes, indeed. Isabel Paflug saying, I think we'll see a lot of track evolution today as well. I agree with you, especially because the rain yesterday might have washed off a lot of the rubber. It is bone dry right now, by the way. Isabel Carlos took yesterday personally. Jordan Dodds in the house. Amber in the house putting Ferrari. Valtteri Bottas is about... Right, who's finishing a lap here? Who's finishing a lap? Lance Stroll just did, and not a very good lap from Lance Stroll. Fernando Alonso. Well, the two Astons who were quick yesterday, not so quick now. Keep an eye on the AlphaTauris coming through. So Yuki Tsunoda... What can Tsunoda do? It's a very slow Sector 1 from Tsunoda. That's really cost him there. Very slow Sector 1. His Sector 3 wasn't too bad. Lando Norris goes P5, 12.0 there. And now we've got both of the Haas cars. Nico Hulkenberg goes P7, faster than Sergio Perez. And Kevin Magnussen goes P5. Wow, well, the Haas's are up there. That could do some interesting things when it comes down to the drop zone. So here come the Alfa Romeos. And I think it was Daniel Ricciardo also slotted there in P9. He's gone quite a bit faster than Yuki Tsunoda, who must have made a mistake in Sector 1 somewhere. Guan Yu Zhou and Valtteri Bottas, and then we will have seen everyone. So Guan Yu Zhou goes 16, and here comes Valtteri Bottas with... It's not going to be a great lap here for Bottas. Yeah, and it's P13. So all drivers done now, and again... The entire field basically within a second. The whole field is basically within a second, so it's very close here. Very close. Who we got in the drop zone? Remember, the bottom 5 drivers will go out at the moment. That's Lance Stroll, Guan Yu Zhou, Alex Albon, Yuki Tsunoda, and Logan Sargent. I would imagine that Yuki Tsunoda will try and get out of there, and Lance Stroll, but then who's going to drop down? It's difficult to say. Difficult to say, and if there is going to be a big track release, I'm looking at a replay here of Max Verstappen. Did he impede someone? What is Checo doing? Mate, you have to tell me if he's going for a lap. I didn't know. Max Verstappen might have impeded Checo. Oh, Max Verstappen may have impeded Checo. Are Red Bull going to submit a complaint there? I don't think so. But Max Verstappen saying, what the hell is Checo doing? Lovely to talk about your teammate like that. That's a sign of a team working in complete harmony. Some issues with Sky Sports. Don't worry about it. Doesn't affect us. They can come over here. Sky, we got car sounds here. Or you can just make it up yourself. Meow. That's what you should do. Get people on the microphones. Meow. Like that. Lawson smiling from the corner. Oh, Yuki Tsunoda. Yuki Tsunoda, you got to get a lap time out here. So we're going to see a lot of drivers here. Box. Is Piastri going for one? What's Piastri done there? Chat, can someone explain why Piastri, Guan Yu Zhou and Valtteri Bottas have not pitted there? Again, we see very unusual strategies in sprint shootouts, and I've just worked out why. It's because they're on the harder wearing medium tyre. So this tyre might actually get faster as it gets scrubbed. Maxon, I've got something stuck on the left front wheel deflector. So that's why we're going to see a lot of cars staying out on track and circulating. Isabel Plug saying, Red Bull never going to stitch themselves. What's up with Stroll? Oh, maybe just the Aston not doing so well here. Super Symmetry, I'm using your audio. Very nice. If I'm 30 seconds ahead, just delay me. Just delay me 30 seconds. Top tip right there. Isabel saying Piastri seems uncomfortable with this track. Was he going for a lap? He set a fast first sector last time, but I didn't know what it was. Thank you, Dan Mage and Gary, for the added audio. 3D, 7D audio here in our chat. Nice. Logan Sargent on the move as Max Verstappen again going for a fast lap. Maybe again team scrubbing tyres. So they have lots of different sets available. So many tyres used here in the sprint weekends. It gets very complicated to keep track of. I'm so bright now. Is that better? Lower the ISO, up the quality. Yeah, Gary, try not to be too loud, please, with the car noises, if you don't mind. Let's just keep it normal ambient level. I think at least 7 capitals there. Right, so Lando Norris on a fast first sector, the fastest out of anybody today. And this is going to be very difficult for me to keep track of. I'm going to be honest. It's going to be very difficult. So, let's see. I'm going to try and catch up. Max Verstappen aborted his middle sector. Yeah, he boxed it. So, the fastest first sector, then aborted. So, we got yellow flag. Yellow flag. Anyone come to a stop? Esteban Ocon. Esteban Ocon, maybe. Has he spun in the Senna S at the beginning of the track? Esteban Ocon. Chat, Esteban Ocon, what's going on? Get your French emojis out. Red flag! Red flag! Get your red emojis out, everyone. Get your red emojis out. This is not a drill. Get your red emojis out. Anything red in the chat. Red emojis. I think Esteban Ocon has had a big issue here. Let's have a look. We got to wait now. We got to wait for the feed. We got to wait for the feed. Code red. We got to wait for the feed. Esteban Ocon. Why do we have a red flag? And who is that hurt? That's hurt Lance Stroll. That's disaster. Disaster for Ocon. He hasn't helped himself. Oh, he's gone off. He's into the barrier. It's not Tech Pro. It's just tyres. I think he's lost the back end. And washed out. He's on the outside of the circuit there. On turn 3, I think it is. Red flag. Red flag because you wouldn't be able to have cars going through there at full chat. And also damage to big damage to Fernando Alonso's car. Damage to Fernando Alonso's car. He's got a puncture. Puncture for Alonso. Maybe he's gone over debris. Puncture for Alonso. Oh, what's happened here? What has happened here then? Goodness me, the old teammates at Alpine seem to have come a cropper. God, he just woke up. So puncture for Alonso. He needs to get back to the pits, which I think he's going to do. And big damage for Esteban Ocon's car on the right rear. He's gone into the barrier backwards and sort of bounced out from the tyres. He said he's okay. In fact, I think he's lost... Has he lost a tyre? Yeah, qualifying 1 is not going to be resumed. So Lance Stroll is the big loser there. Lance Stroll is the big loser. Yeah. Alonso, obviously stuff happened at that time in Alpine. Jack Doohan is on the is explaining what's happened. He's explaining, look, this is why we should totally drop Esteban Ocon and put me in. That's what Doohan's saying. There's no more time in Q1. Q1 is not going to be restarted, everyone. And I think, yes, a tyre went. I just want to hold off it because that tyre on the right rear has gone walkabout and hopefully it hasn't gone into the... I think they've done a hospitality area near there. So I'm on board with Alonso. So what happened here from Alonso's perspective? He must have been following. Oh my goodness me! Oh my goodness me! Oh my goodness, this is big. This is big. This is big. This is big. And the tyre came off. This is big. Okay, chat. I want to get this right because this is massive. Through the Senna S. Okay, I'm glad I waited. Okay. Alonso. Ocon's on the radio saying, idiot Fernando. Ocon on the radio saying, idiot Fernando. So, why does Fernando Alonso have damage to his left front? Here's what happened. Fernando Alonso was ahead of Esteban Ocon. He was kind of over to the right-hand side. Ocon was on a flying lap. He then got a little bit of oversteer. He had to correct it. And when he corrected into Fernando Alonso's car. So that's what ripped off the entire wheel off Esteban Ocon's car and put him into the barrier and damaged Fernando Alonso. So, is Fernando Alonso in trouble here because he wasn't far enough over? Did Fernando Alonso not give enough space? Did Alonso not give enough space? And we're going to have a delay here. We're going to have a delay to the start of Sprint Qualifying 2. Lance Stroll still got his helmet on, just in case, I guess, Fernando Alonso, his teammate, gets DQ'd. Wow, we need another replay. Right, chat, how do we see that? Dempsey saying Alonso at fault, Alexei, Ocon, Zamora, and Evo, 5-second penalty for Ocon. Yeah, they touched hard. They crashed into each other.
So it's the first case of impeding we've seen this year that's actually had a crash, which I've spoken about quite a long time. Black says, speak to us. Super Symmetry. Alonso should have been further over, but looked like 50-50. You could say, if Fernando Alonso... I need to see another replay, but I want to let you know. Was Fernando Alonso... There's two questions I have. Was Fernando Alonso basically in the middle of the track? And also, did Esteban Ocon get the oversteer because of turbulent wake from the back of Fernando Alonso's car? If the answer to both of those questions is yes, it might have to be quite a severe penalty for Alonso. Isabel seems like a racing incident. I'm not sure they'll be able to repair Alonso's car. Very interesting question, by the way. If Lance Stroll was P16... By the way, actually, really interesting question. If Esteban Ocon gets a penalty for that, and if Fernando Alonso's car cannot be fixed, do Aston Martin retire Alonso from qualifying, and that would promote Lance Stroll into Q2? Chat, what do we think about that? Let me know. What do we think about that? Let me know. Am I playing some 5D chess here? Am I playing some 5D chess? I might be playing 5D chess. I might be playing some 5D chess. Offbeat says racing incident. Dempsey, first one yes, second one no. Offbeat is not Alonso's fault due to oversteer. Well, don't know. Is Pierre Gasly having a little cry? Hard to tell. Steve Baker, he could have been further to right but no penalty. Super Symmetry Tree, he maybe got oversteer due to Alonso, didn't think of that. Isabel Flug saying no, that's not how it works. Offbeat doesn't work. Isabel, is that even allowed? I don't know, I'm just putting it out there. I'm thinking outside the box. That's how we do. We think outside the box. Christoph says you must always leave a space. Well, that's what Fernando would say. Eva says good strategy, but I don't think Stroll would make it that far. Right, they are recovering now. Esteban Ocon's car, and because there's no Tech Pro there, it shouldn't be a significant delay. We don't need to get a team out there with new... Oh, I'm on board with Alonso again. On board to Alonso. He's in the mirror. He looks in the mirror, Alonso. Oh, no. No, Alonso turns back in. Alonso turns back in, chat. Alonso definitely turns back in. Alonso turns back into the track. I think this is on Fernando. I think it's on Fernando. Yes, Ocon has a moment of oversteer. Fernando says, I guess he went into me. Well, welcome. Nice one, Sherlock. Yes, Ocon has a bit of oversteer that puts him to the right. But Fernando Alonso also weirdly turns to the left at the same moment. If you have a look at the steering impact, I mean, think of the impact that would have gone through Alonso's hands there. Having a look here, replay with Logan Sargent. What happened with Sargent? Sargent, why am I looking at Logan Sargent here? He might have thought he was impeded, but I didn't think you were anywhere that I've seen. Sargent's about to go into the penultimate corner. Unless it's Fernando Alonso again impeding, in which case I didn't see in the end. Sim, the dirty argument you made is really something to look at. Fernando Alonso is turning left at the moment. It's a left-handed corner, but he's not as opened up with the steering you might expect. And I'll be honest, the amount of oversteer that Esteban Ocon has is quite minimal. Yeah, I think maybe we've overemphasized that. He had a moment of oversteer, but he corrects it very quickly. It's not like he's going to go off the track. It's a little moment like that. But because Fernando Alonso hasn't, in my opinion, because Fernando Alonso hasn't given him the space, and it's not, you know, there's only a tyre width in it in the end. So Fernando Alonso had been more than a couple of tyres on the right, and he's not on a flying lap. So I'm going to put that one on Fernando. I'm going to put it on Fernando. Chat, what do we think, though? Offbeat racing incident, Sim no dirty air. Dempsey, stewards, incident involving cars, Russell, Norris, Piastri, Ocon. Investigate after race following maximum delta time. I see that message all the time. Yeah, Ocon got a wobble on the curb. Steve, he definitely turned further to the left just before impact. Interesting, Alonso could be in trouble for that. Eva, I think Alonso will get a two-place grid drop. Well, if they want to de-incentivize that, or whatever the word is, They need to give a big penalty. Cooper Ocon had a snap of oversteer. That is true. I don't dispute that at all. Kireth saying Ocon lost it. Gary, this way, stay off the curbs. Offbeat is driver's shot from Ocon, bro. Like, come on. Isabel Flug, I think they're both to blame. Well, maybe textbook racing instant. Sam 50-50. I think both drivers have an element of blame there, to be honest. But maybe there's something in the rules that, you know, in an aspect where both drivers have an element of blame, you actually put the penalty on the driver that was not on the flying lap. I don't know. 10-second penalty for Ocon. Super Symmetry wasn't decided after the session and Stroll loses out as a result. Alfarius is giving a 5-minute penalty to Ocon. Ocon's starting a few laps behind. Dempsey, Alonso could have given more space, but not Major's fault. Offbeat is Ocon's fault for me. Okay, Super Symmetry racing incident for me, more Alonso fault. Yeah, Chai, but it's not a Tech Pro barrier here. It's just a tyre barrier. So it shouldn't take as long to repair unless it's gone through and damaged the metal barrier on the right side. When I went racing, well, I'm not going to spoil it. I'm not going to spoil it. Obviously, there's a big crash I was involved in when I went racing. So, but that video might come out tomorrow. Norris, Piastri, Ocon under investigation for not following the Delta time. So not following the Delta time. That's, I think, the on your outlap and in-lap, isn't it? Craig takes 60-40. Sam, Alonso was too wide as well, but I think there will be I personally think, this is my crystal ball, I think there will be a damning angle from the grandstands or from a high gantry camera that will be looking down at the track, and there'll be a still photo that will go viral on social media that will show Alonso basically in the middle of the track. It will look from that angle with loads of space to his right-hand side, and that will be used to blame Alonso. That's what I predict will happen. Because everyone will say, well, hang on, Alonso, you had so much more space on the outside, and it is true. But this has been an accident that's been coming for a long time. I mean, there's been some races where the last corner has been very, very, very dangerous. Very dangerous. Steve Baker, although Ocon had the moment and was wide in all racing line, Alonso just needs to get out of the way. I don't think he gave enough space to less. Isabel, I'm wondering why Alonso's race... I'm pretty sure Alonso was warned, because Alonso did give space, and Alonso was looking in the mirrors, so unless there's a big communication breakdown, I think he did know that. I just don't... my personal opinion is that I don't think he gave enough space. That's my personal opinion. So... yeah. Alonso, to me, felt like he was 2/3 over, and he could have been 3/3 over. I'm having a look again here on Ocon's view. Yeah, it's a very small amount of oversteer. I would... if Ocon gets a penalty for that, as a racing driver, I'd be disappointed. No, no, no. Fernando Alonso is in the middle of the track. Chat, Fernando Alonso's in the middle of the track here. I think that's a penalty for Fernando. Gary says could have driven a bus through the gap on Alonso's left. This one is going to divide opinion. But I'm just telling you my opinion is that I think Fernando Alonso's out of the car. Is that Pedro de la Rosa there? God, Pedro de la Rosa is old now. I think Alonso's in trouble. I really do. I think Fernando's in trouble here. Because I feel like the FIA should clamp down on these sort of incidents, because we've seen so many. And there was a tyre that came off there. The whole wheel was ripped off. And if that's somewhere like Monaco, that's going into a restaurant. Charles Leclerc's full name, Charles Marc Hervé Percival Leclerc, speaks English, French and Italian, and his childhood hero is Ayrton Senna. There we go, Percival. Charles Marc Hervé. I can't really do a Charles Leclerc accent. Sim, he didn't leave out all the space. Sim, Kireth is 100% right. Alonso steers into Ocon's path. Looks terrible. Sound is back on Sky. Very good. Isabel watched Flavio Briatore. Is Flavio here? Alexi, from Alonso's camera, it looks like Alonso was too far over. Keristan, there is no reason why... well, hang on, Keristan, hang on. Kireth, there is no reason why Alonso should have to hug the right-hand curb in the corner and run through the marbles. Yes, there is, because he's not on a flying lap. He's not on a flying lap. And yes, he was turning left. I forgot a wheel here. Where's my phone number? Yes, he was turning left, but then he made another... He made another movement. He made another sharp movement there. Either Alonso's getting a 2-place grid drop minimum, but it's 5 place. Offbeat. So in theory, Fernando can still take P1 and get a grid pen, so he can start from 5. I agree with you. I agree. I think it's if let's say it's clear. Let's say it's clear cut. Let's say the instant is different, but it's different because it's clear cut. It's Alonso's fault. I do think it's unfair if you look at what punishment is intended to do. Is it intended to compensate? Well, there's no way of compensating Esteban Ocon here. So, do you then unfairly penalise? Do you excessively penalise Alonso? Very interesting one. Was there blue flags to warn Alonso? I don't know, actually. Very good point. Chaya, Aston Martin is working on Alonso's car. Damage seems greater than expected. Yeah, we'll see. I'm having a look on board with him with Alonso. He's looking in the mirrors. Fernando Alonso misjudges this. He's looking in his mirror as he's turning left more. So I think he's trying to time it to get a slipstream or something. I think, okay, let me explain this very clearly. I think what's happened here is Fernando Alonso is looking in his mirrors, his left mirror, is looking in his mirror. He sees Ocon enter the corner, and he's like, right, okay, now I know where he's going to be, and I'm going to tuck in behind him. But just as he does that, Ocon has that moment of oversteer. So as Alonso is coming to the left, Ocon comes a bit more to the right, and that's why we have the incident. It's a messy one. It's a sticky one. Not going to lie. Not going to lie. Dempsey, imagine beefing with someone half your age. Alpha is just saying this wouldn't happen with one-shot quali. It's good drama, though, isn't it? Last bit of good drama. Steve, as you said, he was in the middle. It's not like an overtaking move where he only needs to leave just enough space. Middle track is a bad place to be, and I fully would get a penalty. Sam, Alonso left enough space. Yes, there was more space. It's great here. It's great to see different opinions. Yasu is shocked by it. Supersymmetry, even though there's a red flag, the FAA still won't make a quick decision. But I feel like they should. I feel like they should. I mean, we have sports like football, rugby, cricket, where they do make decisions relatively quickly. So, you know, Super Symmetry, I'm going to change my mind from Alonso full on board. It was his fault, and he deserves a penalty final answer. Sandeep's seen them what happened. Yeah, it's red flag right now, because they're fixing the barrier. In fact, George Russell's going to get out of the car, I think. George Russell's out of the car. So they clearly think there's going to be quite a while. Welcome, Pranal Pravin. Welcome, Rishi Baradaj as well in the house. Gareth Yates Johnson, welcome Lizardman. Alonso on board looks like he turned in. Ocon on board looks like he lost it on the curb. We need to see an external angle. Has anyone seen a good external angle yet? In the future, no more Kireth. It's GOAT. Wow. Gnarly Dude saw barely any space. Galax says, go Logan Sargent. Phil, Alonso's been bitter for the last 5 races. That is true. We've covered that on this channel. Mercedes went down there and intensely ruined his team. What? Alonso had a race-winning car at the start of the season. He's ready to leave F1. Okay, that. Lance Stroll running. No, Esteban Ocon running. Esteban Ocon running. Esteban Ocon's been sighted running in the pit lane. Mike Connor, Ocon may have lost some aero downforce with Alonso not being far enough to the right. I agree. Although I would say that is... I think the fundamental issue is just did Fernando Alonso turn in, and the telemetry will show that. Welcome, Oligi. Alferis, the thing is the stewards have had to make a decision on whether or not Ocon have recovered from the oversteer. I think the oversteer is being a little bit overstated here. I don't think it's as... I don't think it was as significant as we first thought. When we first saw it, we thought that was a critical moment. Jacob, anyone see a double Haas Q3 could happen? Jordan, Alonso at fault. Christoph, blue flags are only for lap cars. No, they are used in qualifying as well. Jose Dio Diaz, I've just seen the replay. Ocon had a mistake He tried to correct, and at the same time, Alonso turned in. Not sure if anyone is at fault. Alonso could be more patient though. Sim, it's a literal sticky one. Chai says FIA say repairs to the barrier may take a while. Don't worry, we'll hang out here. We hang out here. Oh, we just lost a subscriber. I was going to say, can we hit 67k today? We might go down. We might go down to 65. Are Ocon and Alonso going to fight it out? Hopefully. That'll be good fun to watch. Football. Yes, there is football played in Sao Paulo. From Ocon's onboard, you can see Alonso in the middle of the track. Pranel says, how is my South African family doing? Where are the South African lads at? Oh, so much fun in the Brazil grandstands. They are having a great time. Looks like you can sink a few beers in that grandstand. And beers have been drunk, for sure. Galax says, Ocon's mad. Pierre Gasly, favourite food, Italian. Favourite pastime, football and paddle tennis. Fun fact, loves pandas. Nice. Get me exposed. Evo, doesn't matter where Haas finish in qualifying. Somehow they'll finish outside of the points. Sim, I might not like Ocon, but happy is safe to live on my nerves. Yes, indeed. Right, George wants to start the car. Chat, let's do another nations check. I feel like we've had a new wave of people coming. Let's do another nations check. Let us know as we have this break where in the world you are watching from. Let us know. People are going to say it even before I do put the nation check in. Let us know where you're watching from, everyone. Welcome, Mia. There's a big debate at the moment. Gnarly from the USA, Fuoco from Italy, Eva Australia, Victoria from Germany, Kate UK, Isabel Nee, Sandeep. You didn't say Sandeep. Vatka Croatia, Natasha Netherlands, Kathleen US, UK, Lush from Netherlands, Jacob Denmark, Pragya India, Ash from Canada, Mia from UK, MD Australia, Serrano Suriname, China Netherlands, Victor Nesri from Tanzania, Pranul South Africa, Alfarius Australia, Mandudzi Zawani from South Africa, Letite from Texas, No Way Jose Dio from Nottingham, Burger King from Jamaica, Super Smooth from north east of England, Dutch Netherlands, Colborne from Norway, U-Trip Morocco, Nigel from Georgia, Serrano, you've already said, Size from UK, Electi Quebec, Jeff from Canada, Mix from Netherlands, Grazina from Poland, Christel Chong from Guyana, Dimitri in Greece, Gareth Yates, England, Wissam, Lebanon, Spy V from America, Stormback UK. I don't know who's winning this. Lizardman, USA, St. Missouri, Galax, North Korea, Vite, India, Kati Uji from Netherlands, Krista, New York, Sandeep, India, Jordan from South Africa. I think Southern Africa has won this. I think Southern Africa has actually won this one. Ooh, what do we think about that? Steve from St. Helens in the UK, Tim from Thailand, Noah Gunn from Mexico, Holly Horgan from Ireland, Nick Smith is selling donuts. Could do some donuts. Lucy from the UK, Letouche from Mars, Charles, UT official, shout out from the Philippines. Cat says, where are you from? Get out! Where are you even from? We're streaming from the UK. It's so much fun in the grandstands here, and what I love to see is it's not like everyone sat there wearing like branded shirts. It's like, yes, some people are, and that's great, but there's a lot of people just come out for a good time, and they don't look like they're, you know, in the 8th platoon of the McLaren Papaya army, if that makes sense. So I love to see it. Nothing against people, you know, nothing against that, but it's nice to see a mix. It's nice to see a mix. A lot of work going on Fernando Alonso's car. There's someone literally who's dived into the car. So they are working like crazy, jiggling all sorts of stuff. Mike Crack looks on. Mike says Las Vegas in 2 weeks. Yes, wouldn't it be awesome to be in Las Vegas? Simpson, the engineer's literally upside down. There's an engineer who's dived headfirst into the car. Steve says you're not wrong. Them on the grandstand are plastered. Bulgaria in the house. Welcome, Leonard. Pranel says, did everyone like and subscribe? But do you know only about 10% of people who watch subscribe? Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy? Imagine if we had 100,000 subscribers, we would definitely get access. Chris is from South Africa as well. Very nice. Lucy's loving the Senna love and appreciation. Eva, what do you think about Audi possibly backing out before they even started? There's been a lot of rumours going around as basically what's happened is because F1 is not drawing as many eyeballs from casual fans to a lot of these outlets, they're having to make up a lot of rumours to keep their ad revenue where it was. Otherwise, it's going to show a really strong downward trend on year-on-year ad revenue. And then shareholders are like, oh, we should cut this division. So that's what's happening. Gnarly, it's cool to see people all over the world in here. Yes, indeed. We are all united. Mia says, can we have an update? The update is most wins in Sao Paulo. Chat, who do you think's got the most wins in Sao Paulo in history? Let me know. It's going to resume in 4 minutes. Let me know who's got, and if you're watching Sky, you can't answer this. Who's got the most wins in Sao Paulo in history? Bear in mind, Lewis Hamilton's a 7-time world champion. Pram says, come on guys, subscribe and like this indeed. Chai subscribed on the chat. Beef and Barley, I have 2 devices, go double likes. The technical double like there. Alfiero says we can expect the penalty by Tuesday next week. Thank you, Nigel. Are the new Alpine owners not bringing eyes in? I don't think they really know. Didn't Andy Joshua was like, yes, Alpine. No. I don't know, I'm getting used to it. Right, George Russell jumps into the car. Sweaty boy George. It's not Hamilton. It's not Senna. It's not Bottas. It's not Schumacher. It's not Lewis. Who's got the most wins at Sao Paulo in Formula 1 history? It ain't Lewis Hamilton. It ain't Senna. 6-9, I think whoever causes a wreck in qualifying should be disqualified. Well, who do you think caused it? Gary saying it's Earnhardt? I don't think so. There we go, chat. Stefano Castelletto has got it. It is Alan Prost. Can we get some claps out there to Stefano with the knowledge? George, what do you think might happen if the engineers up down in the car shouted, "Can someone grab Mike Crack?" Can always count on George Rogers to lower the tone. Christopher Suarez, shout out please, bro, from the Philippines. Welcome, Christopher Suarez. 2 minutes to go, everyone. Gareth can't answer because he's watching the sky. It's not Fittipaldi. It's not Fittipaldi. There we go. Look at the claps there. It's not Jackie Stewart. So, shout out from Singapore, mate. Says Ram Bakshi. We are going to get going in 2 minutes, everyone, and it's going to be SQ2 on the medium tyres. And you know what? I'm going to restart this again because how long have we been streaming now? I swear it's been. We had a delay yesterday. Now I've got to do this gearbox. I should have said. Why did I not save it? Why did I not save it? I've got to resync this. Bear with me, chat. Bear with me. I've got to resync this thing. Hang on a second. Welcome, Daniel Cabral, the Sketchpad, and Duncan Williams. Chris Suarez, I love you, bro. Wow. Wow, calm down. Okay. How quickly can I do this? Car parts missing. Because I've absolutely not taken this very seriously this season, have we? You know, these are probably the most watched F1 Manager watch-alongs, like, ever. Unintentionally. Not sure there's going to be an F1 Manager game next year, to be honest. From what I've read. Right. Close to 200 likes, bruh.
Check the drink.
We can do it. We can get to the 200, chat. We honestly, I'm not being funny. We should be getting there. There's 600 people watching, chat. Come on. We should be on like at least 400 likes. Please, please, please. Let's do a big like push now. Big like push. As Verstappen is going to wait at the end of the pit lane, I think. And both Mercedes come out at the same time. Oh, in fact, they almost crashed into each other. Come on, chat. Let's do a big like push. We know we can do this. We know we can do it. Oh, is it not Prost? Okay, well, Sky were wrong then. Sky were wrong. Maybe it was Brazil. Sorry about that. Last time I listened to Sky ever. Welcome, Olivier K. Stay, how many times can George Russell be noted by the steward and not receive the penalty? The man bends them bullets like the Matrix. Yes, very good point. Very good point. Oh, was it Brazilian GP wins? Sorry, I messed that up. That's why I'm not a quizmaster. Gary, YouTube sucks. Oh, everyone is having so much fun in the grandstand. I'm just seeing people jumping up and down, holding on to hats and pieces of clothing. Welcome, Clarity Snacks. Yeah, another medium tyre session. Honestly, the amount of fun in the grandstands, it looks like the most fun GP to attend. It's just like, I bet they're just blasting out music, having caipirinhas. I mean, what a vibe. What a vibe. I've never been to Brazil. Maybe I should go to Brazil next year for Formula E. Go to Sao Paulo. Go to Sao Paulo for Formula E. What do we think, chat? Yeah, Stroll is out. Here we go, everyone. Here we go. We ride again. Max Verstappen, the strategy seems to be, let's go out early. He's starting his fast lap. What are we going to see again on the medium tyres? Sergio Perez. Will he get through into Q3? Pando says, big shout out, Fat Saffa. There you go. Max Verstappen shout out. Have I been to Monza? I've never been to Monza. I would love to go, but when the F1 there always seems to be a bit of a mess if you're taking the buses or the train. What's my favourite racetrack? I do love going to Monaco to see the Formula 1 there, I'll be honest. Catalonia is a favourite of mine to drive as well. Is Norris on the push lap? No, he's on the out lap. He's on the out lap. Alex says Brazil is fantastic. Alonso not coming out. Alonso not coming out in this session, apparently. Okay. Gary says, go to the Rover and stay at Gary's place. We do a live stream from Gary's? Right, here we go then. So we got Max Verstappen is going to be the first driver to set a fast lap. Already so much drama this weekend. There always seems to be drama at Sao Paulo, and that's why they need to end the season at Sao Paulo. Get it out of Abu Dhabi. Get it out of Abu Dhabi. Right, here we go then. Max Verstappen, what's it going to be? A low 1 minute 11. Let's have a look. It's 11.4. 11.4 for Max Verstappen. And it looks like a quick lap. That sector 2 looks decent. Got to say, here comes Sergio Perez. How much slower will he be? He's going to be 2/10 slower, or a tenth and a half. AD Pen says Norris. Whoa. Norris. Whoa. What are you worrying about Norris there? I haven't been to Singapore. Have I been to American tracks? I've been to Laguna Seca. And I've driven the Las Vegas Speedway. Right, here we go. Carlos Sainz. And I've been to Las Vegas, obviously, as well. Carlos Sainz is starting his laps, and the next driver to set a lap is going to be George Russell. Hamilton with a slow 11.9. In fact, both Mercedes slow here. I wonder if they're going to be at risk in the very high 1 minute 11s. Here comes Lando. 11.9 for Lando. Hang on a second. Are the Red Bulls going to be a class above? What about Oscar Piastri? What can he do? He's quite a bit faster than Lando in the first sector and has carried it through the lap. 11.6. Right, okay. So, a lot of drivers there I think won't be too happy about their times. Nico Hulkenberg again in P4. And what about Kevin Magnussen? He might go even faster than Hulkenberg. Let's see. Kevin Magnussen goes. P6 for K-Max. So the Haas's are up there. I think Haas might have been the only team to bring upgrades to this track. Why are P11 to 15 not on track? Because they might just be waiting for the last slot to do a run here and save their tyres, possibly. Charles Leclerc goes P3. It's very close again. What about Carlos Sainz? What about the smooth operator? Let's see. Carlos Sainz, 18.5 first sector. What's he going to do? Might be quicker than Charles Leclerc. It might be quicker than Perez. Carlos Sainz goes second. Yes, the smooth operator. Ferrari are looking a little bit ominous here. Can he really deliver a huge lap? Oh, Carlos Sainz, were you impeded there? Or was that Charles Leclerc? Was Charles Leclerc impeded by a Red Bull? Charles Leclerc might have a case for impediment there. For Woko saying Haas strong today. Kireth is saying everyone on the meds so far. I'm not on any meds. Bolivians for breakfast. These Haas upgrades are serious. Very, very nice. Yes, indeed. Right, there goes Carlos Sainz. Interestingly, right, is George Russell going to stay out? Or is he going for a push lap now? Is he doing a weird strat? What are you doing, George Russell? George Russell is boxing. What about both McLarens? Are you boxing as well? So everyone seems to be on a similar strategy here. Similar strategy. Pradel saying Red Bull top 2. Well, Sergio Perez will need to pull one out of the bag here. He'll need to pull a big one out of the bag for sure. Chai says track is dusty. Jeff, start at the Palace on Copacabana Beach. The Copacabana. Pierre Gasly has not set a time yet. So Gasly, Bottas, Tsunoda and Ricciardo did not go out. We suspect Fernando Alonso isn't going to go out, and maybe they think, to be honest, we're not going to do that much better anyway. Is belting it with rain in Cheltenham very good to know? Crucial information there in the chat. Yeah, this is the last session with medium tyres absolutely required. Now, was there impeding from Leclerc? I called it. Ah, come on, this Red Bull is not great what he did. I reckon, is that impeding by the Red Bull? Oh, it's a bit, again, it's a bit uncomfortable there. He didn't leave all of the space. I think it might have been Sergio Perez. Galax lives in the same city as the Haas HQ. Very nice. Chat, what are we thinking then? What are we thinking? Anyone going to get dropped? I mean, look how slow the Mercedes are. But we don't know. Oh, one of the Ferraris needs to go over the weighbridge. That's going to cost some valuable time. Ferraris ordered the chaperone, don't know what that is. Asa, which Red Bull? I think it was Sergio Perez. Chat, what do we think? Is the Mercedes pace a bit worrying here? What about the AlphaTauris? If the AlphaTauris have good pace, and why has Pierre Gasly just dropped below Esteban Ocon? Chat, why has Gasly dropped below Esteban Ocon there? What's happened there? What's going on? Oh, Gasly goes up again. Is it because drivers coming out? So we're not expecting to see Fernando Alonso coming out in this session. But here come the AlphaTauris. And I've got to be honest, it'd have to be a real mess up here for Mercedes not to get through. Because all they've got to do is beat Gasly, Bottas, Tsunoda and Ocon. So let's see what happens here. Evo saying Ricciardo will be in Q3, mark my words. See no impeding there. Ask for a penalty with fingers crossed. Fuoco says only one from Ferrari's HQ country, but you're not the only Tifosi. Isabel Paflug, watch Perez actually qualify well and then get out 2 players grid penalty. Classic Perez. What a mad lad. What a guy. Right, here goes Ricciardo, going to start the flying lap. Cars going very slowly out of the pit lane. Got to be careful of getting those penalties. Deb saying it's Mercedes versus Haas. I'm assuming Haas are going to be in Q3 here. I'm assuming both Haas are going to make it through. That's what I'm guessing, everyone. That's what I'm saying. But there we go. Right. Bear with me. Perez needs to do well today. Well, that's a discussion for later, maybe. But let's see what's going to happen now with Verstappen is winding up for his fast lap. Done the fastest fast sector. He's just trying to improve. But what are we going to see with... Oh, Ricciardo boxed. Ricciardo boxed? Chat, why did Ricciardo box? Or is that a glitch? No, I think there's a glitch. I think Ricciardo is out on track. It's a glitch. It's a glitch. It's a glitch. I think... Look how fast Ricciardo's going to zoom now. Or I don't know what's going on there. I've got to be honest. So, who's coming over the line? It is going to be Sergio Perez starting his lap. But Max Verstappen will be finishing one. Lewis Hamilton will be starting the lap as well. There are only 5 seconds to go. Is everyone going to make it over the line? I don't know what Daniel Ricciardo was doing there. I don't know if he went through the pit lane or something. I've no idea. I've no idea. You can let me know, chat. Right, there goes Verstappen. He goes even faster, 11.2. And the next driver, Valtteri Bottas. Can Bottas go top 10? Yes, he can. Wow, Bottas goes faster than Lando. Bottas goes faster than Lando. Lando starts his lap now. He needs to improve, possibly. Here comes Piastri starting. What about Nico Hulkenberg? Hulkenberg can't improve there, but maybe he's starting another lap. Carlos Sainz is going to start his lap. Yuki Tsunoda goes in the top 10. Tsunoda is a P6 for Tsunoda. Okay, hang on a second. And K-Mag, is K-Mag going to do a double lap here? Is he just going to go over the line? Well, K-Mag's in P7 right now. Here comes Ricciardo. Ricciardo goes P2. Daniel Ricciardo goes P2, 2/10 slower than Max. This is all turned upside down. Gasly is the last driver in P10. Both Mercedes, as it stands, are out.
Both Mercedes, as it stands, are out, and they have not had good sector ones. They have not had good sector ones. This is make or break now for Hamilton. Jess Hawkins is in the barrier there. Fernando Alonso is trying to hold off there. Right, Lewis Hamilton goes P4. Hamilton gets out. Russell can't afford a mistake here. But it looks like it's a very good middle section for Russell. Russell goes into the top 10. Where will he go? P5 for Russell. So now Hulkenberg is looking out. So Lando Norris gets it done. So basically, no drama. Because it's going to be both Haas's, Bottas and Gasly to come out. So basically, the AlphaTauris won there over the Haas's. The AlphaTauris won there. Daniel Ricciardo. Wow, what is going on with Ricciardo at the moment? He is... You know what? I want to see a team of Alex Albon and Daniel Ricciardo. I think they're the two hottest drivers right now in Formula 1. Meanwhile, Lando Norris, he didn't just go fast. He went fastest. Lando Norris went fastest there. Did we see that? So the top 8 drivers separated by less than 3/10. It is exceedingly close. Craig did say Ricciardo on pole. Chai says go Honey Badger. Who's supporting Daniel Ricciardo here? Let us know in the chat if you're supporting Daniel Ricciardo as we get ready for Q3 for the sprint race. Danny Rick, the absolute mad lad. Go on, lad. Bottas from P7 to P14. Did he get brutally done there in the last runs? Was it very close? Are we going to get some people done for track limits and things? Yeah, you can delay the stream to match it up with your pictures. That's the ultimate way to watch. Someone's saying Ricciardo is annoying. Ricciardo's annoying. I do beg your pardon. I do beg your pardon. Olivier Ricciardo for second Red Bull seat. Pranel, Kireth, the hottest drivers are Max, Lanzo, and Daniel. Lanzo is one of the hottest drivers in the world right now. So, a hot lap there from Lando. Very, very, very good. Both, well, I mean, what a sorry tale for Alonso, Ocon, and Stroll there. 15, 16, and 17 after all of that drama. Smiling is annoying. David says Ricciardo is very annoying. Vlack has got the honey out. Chat, what do we think? Daniel Ricciardo annoying or not annoying? Let us know. Sandy says avocado top 5 in SQ3. Kobe's got the honey badger out. That is the textbook honey badger emoji. Oh, Simsim's got quite a few. It's a pack. Alexi forcing Norris to drink from his boot was not cool. I've done a shoey. And I have lived to tell the tale. But I did win, though. That's when we won a sim race at the Charlotte Roval. Asa said not annoying. Stefano says not. Peter says not. Nicola Primo Rondelia. Look at the gap between Leclerc and Hamilton. Oh, you couldn't fit a flea in between that. Eva says Ricciardo is beautiful. Fresh, the honey badger is overrated. Mavis says not. Chaya, anything but annoying. Piastri 9th. Oh, yeah, very good note there. Piastri was very close to being knocked out. In fact, the gap there between Piastri and Bottas is essentially nothing, isn't it? Victoria Borikov says not annoying. Daniel, come on Hamilton, this is your track. Christoph, great personality. Dutch, not. Iako, Ricciardo going for that Red Bull sit. Vlatka, not annoying. I love to see someone so positive as he is. Amber says he's not. Kathleen, not. Nicola Prima Rondiniella says not as well. Bolivians for breakfast. I feel so bad for Stroll. I hope he can recover. I feel bad for Stroll. I mean, it's such a tough life for Lance Stroll. Being, you know, the son of a billionaire and having a guaranteed seat in Formula 1 and being able to punch his engineer in the face and not interacting with fans. It's such a tough life. I just naturally feel so empathetic towards it. Priya says Daniel Ricciardo is husband material. Priya, does Daniel Ricciardo know about that? Ace Tosh says, very annoying Australian. Okay, but enough about your co-worker. What about Daniel Ricciardo? 69 Ricciardo is not annoying if he's winning races. Galax says, who says Stroll is annoying? Bolivians, you can't be annoyed at Stroll. Hooked on Classic says, hello, Natasha. Daniel Ricciardo is simply lovely. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Michael Welch says, all grin, no win. Well, he is an AlphaTauri and he had just put it on P4, mate. I want to hear from Esteban Ocon on the big drama there. The big drama in Q1. Fernando Alonso. Doesn't look good that you turned in, bruh. Gonpla montage. I don't hate him, but it feels like he's trying too hard to be cool and funny. Cincy, Felipe Drugovich. I love how they've had to rope in everyone. They've got the social media admin. They've got Jess Hawkins there, just blocking off the view of the Aston Martin car as they fix it. Yeah, I mean, I've spoken with Felipe Drugovich quite a few times now across the world at various events. He's just a cool guy. Felipe Drugovich is just a very... I think Felipe Drugovich is actually too relaxed. And I think if he had a different mentality... And it looks like his dad, because he's always there with his dad. And it's a very, like, family affair, it seems. I wonder if he was a bit more aggressive... It's sort of nice guys don't win sort of thing with Felipe, if that makes sense. But I really hope Felipe he should have been in the beginning of the season when Lance Stroll broke his wrist. But I think Felipe, I want to see what he can do in F1, not under too much pressure. We saw Jack Aitken, another really cool driver that I speak with a lot at various events. He drives in IMSA, he drives in WEC, he drives in Formula E. He's also a very laid-back character. He was put under big pressure in Bahrain, wasn't it? In the Williams, and unfortunately binned it. But I don't know. Jack Doohan seems to be doing the opposite. Jack Doohan is going to say to Alpine, look, you need to put me in this car or I'm going to go elsewhere. So... Alonso hasn't seen the replay yet. That's what you need to... if I was there, I'd say, oh, Fernando. Oh, sorry, I've just got it on my phone, mate. What do you think? That's what I would do, chat. That's what I would do. Shark is gutted. He's stuck in a supermarket car park. At least you got us here, Shark. You got us. David Drugovich should hire Lewis' father as his manager. Yes, indeed. Simpson, such a tough light taking the helicopter to go kart track this 15-minute walk away. You know what? People say that. People are like, oh, why do Premier League football teams fly like when they take a train? I'm like, it's sports, man. It's sport. Every percentage counts. I know. I get why they do it, and they should carbon offset it, and you know they should. It doesn't set a good example, but I completely get why they do it. A lot of people are like, oh, it's only 2 hours on the train. Why don't they take the train? Like, because they would get 0.5% more tired. Anyway, just my thoughts on that. As someone who used to do a bit of sports science back in the day. Ricardo is underrated, excellent driver. Isabel Paflug, I don't think it's going to work for Doohan. Where would he even go? There's not enough seats. Well, if Fernando Alonso starts to get Esteban Ocon out of Alpine campaign, which I could see happening. Right, Sprint 3 is underway, everyone. The timer has started. Sprint 3 is underway. Are we ready? Are we ready? Are we ready, everyone? Chat, we get very... I think today, with the sprint, I think we can get that to 67k. I think we can get that to 67k. We just tickle it. I'm going to tickle it now. I need to, like, alpha it so I can actually tickle it. I need to do it so it recognises on there and it moves. Tickle it, tickle it. Come on. Come on. 66774 would look so good. That's actually a sick number. Come on. Tickling it, tickling it. Tickling it. It's going to go down, isn't it? It's going to go down. Tickle it up. Tickle it up. Piastri should be in the Red Bull. Well, we'll see. Who is out on track? I think people are going to wait and just do one run. Did I go down? Where were we? Let's go. Yes, let's go indeed. Michael Welch says Andretti drama if and when Red Bull and the other teams approve. Well, possibly. Kathy Robertson's excited. Let's go. Scuderia. Scuderia. Jambo thinks Shinoda is so underrated. Chat, everyone is still sitting in their cars. Lewis Hamilton doesn't even have his gloves on yet. So are we going to be looking at basically a one-shot SQ3? Is it going to be a one-shot, everyone? Isabel Paflug, Piastri might actually move to Red Bull in the future. Good connection through his manager, Mark Webber. Yes? Everybody says it went up. Okay, it's been going up then. Definitely hasn't gone down. Definitely wouldn't go down. Pranel says no one belongs in a Red Bull. Red Bull is Max and Perez. Wow, the Brazilian fans. Black says jump. Evo says Ferrari on top. Chat, we're just waiting here for cars to come out on track. Can we get some cars on track here? Mark John says Lewis taking the gloves off. Lucy, I think Piastri will have a good future. Yes. A says Perez cheated on his wife and can't even hold consistent position. Are you saying the two are related there?
Are you saying the two are related? And are you also saying that Sergio Perez is back on the market, per se? Ragivid Das in the house. Who will replace... Oh my god, there's a massive bee! It's a hornet! How's there a hornet in here? Oh my god! Get out! Get out! Get out of here! Get out of the window! No! Okay, back. There's a hornet. There's a hornet on the window. Oh no. Oh god. Guess out. Right. Where was I? It's going to be fun going to Hyderabad next year. Chaya, your karma of not supporting Ricciardo. Let's see. By the way, the Red Bulls are still in the garage. In fact, everyone seems to be still in the garage. Everyone's still in the garage. So, let's see what happens. Ooh. How did a bee... It wasn't a bee, it was a hornet. It was a hornet. Like massive, I'm telling you. Literally the biggest hornet you've ever seen in your life. How did a hornet get in here? And also, I have loads of funnel spiders in here, and whenever I've had hornets in here before, whenever a hornet comes in, the funnel spiders come out, and it's just all out insect war. Like this one, there's one right above me. He's just like, yes, big dinner. He's eat that and he's done for days. Right, all the cars are coming out now. All the cars are coming out now. Welcome to Nita Doc here in the house. Best stream ever. All the cars are out, chat. All the cars are out, and there's overtaking in the pit lane. A Red Bull overtaking a Ferrari. So we saw penalties yesterday for not moving over enough. It might be a case of, it's almost like a tactical, it's like when you draw the leg to get a penalty. You can overtake a car in the pit lane and then give that car a penalty for not moving over. In fact, that might be what this Red Bull is doing here. I think it's Verstappen. Ooh, we will see. Unsafe release for Lando, Naughty saying. Unsafe relief for Lando. So, let's see. There's 2 minutes to go. And we've got Piastri, Norris, Verstappen, Leclerc, Tsunoda is going to be the order. Welcome, Andy Atkinson. Just a sort of entertainment. Yes, indeed. Naughty, what's the point of 8 minutes? It's a very good point. They may as well just do, like, a one-shot. It's a very good point. Max Verstappen here overtook 2 AlphaTauris and a Ferrari. Is he basically trying to get them all penalties? Verstappen on the radio, presumably saying they didn't move over enough. I think Verstappen might have played some 7D chess here. Verstappen has played some 7D chess. He's definitely going to get that AlphaTauri penalty. I wonder if that's Daniel Ricciardo. Has Verstappen given Daniel Ricciardo a penalty there? Oh, unsafe release of the Hornet. Yeah, how did it get in here? Why do they always come in here? Need to get a pest person. Right, okay, enough of that. Let's see what's going to happen now. Verstappen is going to be the first to set their lap time. It's going to be a one-shot, unless people decide to go... No, it's going to be a one-shot here. It's going to be a one-shot, I'm sure of it. So, here we go then. In fact, Piastri's first. 11.1 for Piastri, followed by Lando Norris. This is all for provisional pole. Lando with a 10.6. Remember, we're on the soft tyres now, so that's a slow one from Piastri. Here comes George Russell to start his lap. Verstappen, will he get provisional? No! Verstappen is not going to be on pole for the sprint race. It is going to be Lando Norris ahead of Verstappen, whatever happens, unless Verstappen gets that penalty. Unless he gets that penalty, what about Charles Leclerc? Here comes Charles Leclerc. 11-point dead for Charles Leclerc. He hasn't got it switched on. What about Yuki Tsunoda? What have you got? Can Daniel Ricciardo get up there? Where's Ricciardo?
Oh, what about the honey badger Ricardo? Here comes Ricardo. What can you do? No, it wasn't a good lap for Ricardo. 11.1. Sergio Perez now. Can Perez get pole position for the sprint? No, it's P3 for Perez, just behind Max Verstappen. Here we got now Carlos Sainz, the driver I've been tipping. Sainz and Hamilton, watch out here. And Russell. 3 big drivers. Carlos Sainz, no. P7. It's low down for Sainz, but what about Lewis Hamilton? Can he go in the 1 minute 10s? No, he can't. 10.9. P4 for Hamilton, so it's all down to George Russell here. George Russell only 1,000th of a second slower than Norris in Sector 2. So, what can George Russell do here in Sector 3? Keep an eye on George Russell. Can he potentially go? No, it's a P4 for George Russell. There we go. That's our sprint shootout, everyone. That is our sprint shootout. So, Lando Norris, but hold on. Because was there an unsafe release for Lando Norris, everyone? Chat, and yeah, Yuki Tsunoda, well, was looking good until both Mercedes came through. Well done, Lando. Get your orange emojis out if you're supporting Lando Norris. Lando to win the sprint. Lando has been looking really on it recently. I think he's been a bit fed up by Oscar Piastri getting all of the praise. Not the Hudson Hornet. Problem is, they normally come in packs, that's the thing. I don't know if it's because it's warm in here. Bolivians, I wanted Snowed on the second row. Bolivians so sad. Lando pole, oh my goff. Oh my goff, indeed. But will you get a penalty? It's fairly muted applause there in the garage. Is it going to be a penalty? Chat, can anyone confirm Nikita's got the mangoes out? Ragavir, Krista, Isabel Paflug, Vlatka. Oh, the Papaya Army's here in force. Papaya Army is here. Lando Nation unite. Yes, indeed. Pranel saying Lando will not. Verstappen owns it. Well, we saw Lando make a really good go of it in Austin, didn't he? But is he going to get Lando on the radio? Is he going to get a penalty here? Chuffin says Russell didn't get one yesterday, so Lando should be fine. Nicola Prima Rondella, what happened? I don't know. Chari says 1 minute 10. I mean, I feel that's a very big spread, chat. A half a second in Q3 feels like a big spread for Q3. Don't know if I'm overthinking it, but Piastri has made a mistake, hasn't he? Piastri's made his last 2 sectors were really not on it. Anyone else have some good sectors? Anyone? Who has some good sectors here? I mean, Ricciardo had a faster sector 1 than Lando Norris, but it's very close in sector 1 between all drivers. Very close, which is amazing for such a technical circuit. That shows how good the drivers are. Sector 2 is where it opens up a little bit, a lot more corners involved. Anyone have a good sector there? I mean, Ricciardo had a really bad sector 2. He lost half a second in sector 2 for Danny Rick. Russell had a really good sector 2. Russell lost it in sector 3, really, didn't he? Lewis Hamilton clambers out of the car. Ragavir, in the words of Alonso, maximum penalty. Nicola, will there be rain, Manly? Well, not from what I can see here. It looks pretty clear out on track. We're going to just see here. The body language of Lando is a little bit muted. I don't know if that's because he's really focused. He's grown the hair out a little bit. When does the actual sprint race start? It starts. We're going to be live. Is it 5:30? Lando ignores the interviewer and goes straight over to his team first. Gets his cap. Evo saying Red Bull will beat McLaren offline. Well, it's a short rundown to turn 1 here. It's a short rundown, and even if you can get ahead as a car in P2, there's a lot of switchback opportunities through the first 3 corners here. Dempsey, Tsunoda in front of the Ferrari. Super Sauce saying let's go Lando. Victoria Borikov, Noah Gunnell as well. Sim, it amazes me how eloquent and professional you are while eating spam and living with spiders and hornets. A true contrasting man. And I'm all here for it. Very nice. Isabel Flug. I think Lando's been under pressure due to Piastri. I agree. I think it's pushing. It's exactly what you want. I feel like there's this dynamic in Ferrari. By the way, Ferrari done really badly in qualifying. But I feel like there's that dynamic in Ferrari where both drivers really push each other. And we definitely feel like we're getting that in McLaren. I feel like Lando's had to up his game here. Because he wants to prove that he is the experienced driver in McLaren and the team leader. Isabel Paflug, I just saw footage of the Ocon Alonso crash from the grandstand. From that angle, it looks like Ocon's fault. Wow, okay.
Maybe that's why the FIA just wanted to wait and get their views from different angles. Christoph AlphaTauri on the big points at these last races. Big prize. It makes Liam Lawson... Was Liam Lawson driving quite average? Ocon crashed Alonso. Yes, he did. Pranel, Max should fall back and show the world why he's the best. Pranel, do you have a Max Verstappen tattoo? Do you have a Max Verstappen tattoo, my friend? Lucy, Lando was just surprised that his lap did it because it didn't feel good. I think maybe going on to the soft tyres, I'm a little bit surprised with 8 minutes that you didn't have some drivers think, well, I'll do 2 runs in the softs. Maybe it's just not worth it to use up that soft tyre. But I think F1 needs to decide, are we going to do a one-shot qualifying for Q3 or not? Because from what I can see now, just do a one-shot. Because if you do a one-shot, what I would do is, this is what I would do for sprint qualifying 3. You've got your 10 drivers. I'd then randomise an order. And I'd say you go out in this order in 20-second intervals or something like that. And you maintain a minimum pace in your out lap, minimum delta. And you do your fast lap. But then you might get fun and games where you wouldn't get fun and games where you deliberately crash it. Or would you? Chat, what do we think about that? I bet someone somewhere has a Mazepin tattoo. Chat, what do we think about my idea there? Martin, I'm lost. Is Hamilton 5th? Yes. Michael Welch, great coverage. I've read Visitor Cell, it's very unique. Yes. Thank you so much, Michael Welch. Yuki Tsunoda is very short, isn't he? Interesting how Gazzy said on the radio it was a good lap, even if they didn't make Q3. Well, that doesn't bode well if they thought it was a good lap and it wasn't, does it? Apparently, the Sky Sports do an F1 podcast and they do it in the darkest room I've ever seen. Right. Oh, they were quite a dark room, isn't it? Isabel Flug, the fact that Aston AlphaTauri straight up beat Ferrari, yes indeed. Simpson saying he's the shortest F1 driver in history. That can't be true, surely not. Welcome, Jason Dernbauer. Jason Dernbauer in the house. Get the qualifying same as Formula E. Ooh. Formula E qualifying, I'm guessing most people haven't seen it. It's like football. So you have quarterfinals, you have semi-finals, and then you have a final. And it's very interesting. They sync up the footage and stuff like that. Though it's quite difficult to explain. And I've had to explain it in the past. For some of the videos I've done. But yeah, that would be interesting. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I'm always concerned about how you can game stuff. Like, oh, you can just, oh, I've done my lap and then I cause a yellow flag. You know? It's factually true. Very nice. Very nice. Christopher says, close up on that Williams. Is that the battle between AlphaTauri and Williams there? Wow, okay. Tsunoda, shortest driver in history, confirmed. Hooked on Classic, I find Formula E rather bland. Fair enough. Yeah, well, it's an advert for Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. By the way, I've been streaming this game on TikTok. I have no idea what the story is about, but there's too many characters. I've just worked out that I think Shepard's a baddie, but... And also someone big dies that people keep spoiling in my stream. So someone dies. But I'm not going to say who. No one say it in the stream. Michael Welch, has the sprint qualifying rules changed? Sprint race set the race grid. Yes, the rules have changed in the last season. That is our grid for a couple of hours' time. Well, less than 2 hours. We're going to be back streaming, everyone. Less than 2 hours. Who's the tallest F1 driver ever? Pedro De La Rosa's pretty tall, I've just seen. Is Nico Hulkenberg's relatively tall? Who's a tall... who's tall? I don't know. I think you have to let us know now. You have to let us know. I'm just going to see whether there are going to be any penalties here. Are there going to be any penalties? Ocon is quite tall. Yeah, I've met Ocon. Had a chat with Ocon in Monaco. Raced Ocon as well. Gran Turismo. Pretty cool guy is Esteban Ocon. Pretty cool guy. Lando Norris going to have a look at his lap here. Yeah, it doesn't look like he was all over the curves, had a little wobble. He had a little wobble like Esteban Ocon did in the Senna S. So I can see why he doesn't think it's the fastest lap. Again, another correction Lando has. But he's on the soft tyres. He just really maximised. It probably was a relatively scruffy soft tyre lap, but he found that extra grip on the softs from the mediums. I mean, a lot of drivers didn't materially improve from the softs to the mediums to the softs, right? My Schumacher tool, Justin Wilson, Albon's tool. Who's the shortest except Yuki? Yeah, Nick DeVries is quite small. Wilson never raced an F1 though, did he? He tested a couple of times, if I remember. Am I getting that right? But Justin Wilson never... Am I thinking about Weldon? I don't know. When's the sprint today? In less than 2 hours. Pratibha Niak says, who is winning? Well, Lando Norris is in the dub position right now, put it like that. Who's my favourite underdog on the grid? Alex Albon. I mean, he's got to be everyone's favourite second driver. You know everyone has a favourite second football team. Alex Albon's everyone's favourite second driver. I mean, how can you not like Alex Albon? Yuki Tsunoda's out of the car. Just chilling. The lad. Aston Martin have got their celebrities. Who are they? They might just be corporate people. It might be the head of Salesforce. Or something. I don't know. Has anyone ever done corporate hospitality at Formula 1? What is it like? What is corporate hospitality at F1 like? Justin Wilson, race with Jaguar. Oh, okay. My bad then. Isabel Flug, unfortunately, I have to leave now. I'll see you later for the sprint. I think that's very sensible. At least YouTube behaving itself. Yeah, although we had a decent stream last weekend. I have to say. Is Perez signed for next year? Perez is signed for next year, chat. Perez is indeed signed for next year. So what I've noticed is, chat, our community for these F1 streams is very strong. Like, when the race has ended, and when the sprint has ended and everything, we just hang out and we chill and we just chat. We have very strong numbers in our stream, and very strong engagement, whereas other streams just drop off like a cliff. So maybe, I think that's our real strength, is our community, basically. Maybe that's why we don't hit the high numbers during the race and everything, because for some people there's too much community, but they will come in and they will become part of the community. They will show us whether they're part of the Papaya Army or the Tifosi. Nick Smith, what country are you in? No, I'm in England. I'm in England, mate. CJ Yang just got on. Lando got pole for the sprint. Yes, indeed. Lame, the actual sprint isn't on TV. Yes, it is. What do you mean the sprint isn't on TV? Isn't on your TV? What's wrong with your What? Gnarly, what are you talking about? Thanks, I'm racing tomorrow, by the way. That's why I'm stretching out my suit, because I'm racing tomorrow. So I'm just stretching out the suit. But if we want, we can wear the suit every time. This suit needs to be stretched out because it's a little bit tight. It's very much an Italian cut. Look at this Italian cut. Ugh. Oh, I've got something on my... They don't miss an opportunity to put the Veloci logo on, do they? How many Veloci... Is that another one there? Don't tell us. What's that? Chat, what's that logo? Chat, what's that? Chat, what's that logo there? Can you see it? What's that logo? Have we got one that's... No. How many Veloci logos can you see? Goodness me. To be fair, I'm also logoed up. It's not on your TV earlier. What's going on? Are they not showing the sprint race or something? We are in the south of England. We are in the south. We're not in the north, put it like that. We're not in the north. Max Verstappen giving a very short interview, so that is going to be exciting. Now, Sergio Perez has qualified ahead of Lewis Hamilton, and with World Drivers' Championship points at stake, are we going to see Lewis Hamilton on the charge here? Will we see team orders from Mercedes? Kate cannot see. Chat, what's that? Anyone recognise that logo?
Is that the FIA road safety logo or something? Are we sponsored by the FIA? How many Velocities? I think we've got one. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Guess he paid for the seat. Daniel says Perez will messed it up somehow. It's a Hornet. No, it isn't. Imagine if you watch a stream, you just see there's like 3 Hornets. You'll see them with like, because they're the back of them like hangs off. They fly, but the back of them like is too heavy. They're just like falling off. So imagine you just see them and you see like the funnel spider come out of there probably, and it's like a World War III insect battle. Chat, what's this going on about people just not watching it? Martin says Hans Joachim Stuck, who raced in F1 in the 1970s, is unofficially credited as the tallest driver. There we go, got the stats man. Martin Bissell's a stats man in the sport at the height of 194. That's a triangle. No, this one. What is this logo here? Ah, for God's sake. What's that logo? Well, I'm tapping. Michael says, go Yuki, certainly funny on team radio, calling drivers out and cursing. He got to a great start last year. I don't think we're going to see a penalty. Let me just go and see if anything's under investigation or anything. Bear with me. Yep, can't see anything actually, chat. I cannot see. So. Nice. Norris needs to report himself to the stewards. Potential penalties, too slow driving. I don't think he would report himself. That's a very rogue move. Right, chat, let's keep the energy up. And that means we should end the stream. Because when are we streaming next? When's our next one? Scheduled for 5:30. So sprint's at 6:30. So I will see you in 2 hours. Or I'll be available in 2 hours, chat. I'll be here in 2 hours. I might try and edit something in the meantime. Maybe we should premiere out or something. Maybe we can premiere into a karting race or something like that. But there we go, chat. It's been a fun stream. It's been a fun stream here, obviously. That's why we start early, just for the fun. And we'll be back in, I guarantee, we'll be back in 2 hours, everyone. So, and that'll be for the sprint race. So finally seeing cars racing. I do like, I think we will move towards the concept of having sprint races. I think they just need to work out how they do it. Right, there we go. Hutton's going to play F1 97. Thank you, Vlatka. See you soon. Thank you all for joining us. Chaya says, forgetting words. Kathleen, see you later. And Sizex, Tenedus Best Simpson, thanks for the stream. Prandle says, be safe. Stay safe. Chat, I don't want anyone to do anything remotely dangerous within the next 2 hours, okay? Everyone stay safe. That's the most important thing. Stay safe and let us know when we join the stream next what you got up to. Get ready to let us know. Alright everyone, I'm going to end the stream here. Thanks so much. I will see you in 2 hours. I'll see you in 2 hours.